I be tripping, but we gonna watch a little documentary today. It's not a little one actually. It's like freaking 2 hours long, 2 hours and 8 minutes and 9 seconds to be exact. But it's Wings of Redemption. So I saw a short video and I heard some info about this guy. Apparently he had like a mental breakdown and just started doing out there like type of stuff. So we're gonna delve into it. I'm really interested in this. You guys, if you have time or have a chance, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Here we go.
While many content creators from the early days of YouTube are still active online, there are few with a reputation as mixed as that of Geordie Jordan, better known as Wings of Redemption. Often compared to Darkside Phil, Geordie is still remembered fondly from the days when he was popular enough to launch the careers of other YouTubers simply by exposing them to his audience. Nowadays, however, searching for him online will reveal numerous videos compiling clips of him streaming on twitch.tv, casing moments of rage and frustration, as well as online harassment targeted towards him. What's remarkable about these compilation videos is just how much attention they receive, sometimes over 50,000 views in less than a week, and with enough time, they will often accumulate view counts in the hundreds of thousands, while one has reached 1.4 million.
Look here! Look, listen! Appearing offline does not...
Similarly, some of the channels that compose these compilations have thousands of subscribers, with the most popular, Sean Ranklin, boasting almost 50,000. And while Geordie seems to have once had friends willing to support him, they now deride him with much the same glee and enthusiasm as those looking to harass him.
And Wings just got confused and shaved his whole head and beard with a razor. And now he looks like a milk dud. Now he looks like a thumb. He looks awful.
So who is Wings of Redemption, and how did he go from being one of YouTube's most popular creators to the subject of widespread and perpetual ridicule?
Well, tell us. That was funny whenever he said he looks like a dog.
In the late 2000s, only a few years after YouTube was made available, a new kind of video content was gaining popularity, known as Call of Duty commentary, which would chiefly consist of footage captured from the eponymous game and similar first-person shooter titles. The commentary in these videos would often be related to the gameplay, but other times the videos served as a vehicle for musings by the creator on any variety of topics. Among these early creators were names still active today at varying levels of popularity, such as CNanners, Hutch, Tabes, and Dr. Disrespect, who utilized the format to increase their initial popularity. Of this group, however, there was one in particular that stood out, a man named Geordie Jordan, going by Wings of Redemption, or simply, Wings. He took to the style of video quickly. 2 weeks after a test upload of himself playing Call of Duty World at War with no voice track, he released his first commentary video on October 24th, 2009.
Hello. Yeah, hi again, this is my first commentary, and here we go. I was going to do a shotgun vid I recorded today, but well...
Though he had little trouble talking for long periods during the 10-minute runtime, he apologized both during his commentary and in the description for various things, including long pauses and his choice of subject matter. Even so, he found himself comfortable creating videos, and soon he was steadily producing new content, including commentary videos as well as shorter videos, highlighting impressive feats he accomplished in the game. Though his opinions were strong, he was still viewed as maintaining an affable and relatable personality. Perhaps interested in maintaining an air of authenticity, he would continue to record his commentary as a single take, restarting the recording if he was not satisfied but willing to accept minor errors.
Oh man. It's late, I'm tired, and I'm ready to get this over with. This is take 3 on the commentary on this because I've been having a brain fart and I bitched entirely way too much about quick scoping in my last 2 attempts.
He soon began using a short intro, labeling himself as Intense Camping Productions, a play on the camping.
So I give him that, man. I feel his pain. Like whenever you playing games and stuff, like there's a lot of times that you wish you could go back and have said something like totally different from what you naturally said. And freaking like whenever you have like a brain fart, like you don't say anything, like you just sit there quiet and then you're just like, dang, that was the perfect moment to say that. But especially it's even worse for like, I guess for like this time now because people want face cam. So whenever you have face cam on and you start talking and saying stuff, like if you don't have your words ready right there, you can't go back and edit. Like you can go back and edit. Like if I made this video without a face cam, I could go back and edit what I said. I could just turn that volume down and then put on like what I was saying, you know, and freaking, but with freaking nowadays, you can't do that now whenever you have face cam on because everybody can see what you're saying. And if it just clips straight to you saying something else right in the middle of a gameplay, if the gameplay is smooth the whole time and your face changes or like you change position and stuff like that, like everyone's gonna know. They're gonna know automatically.
Strategy common to first-person shooters. During this time, he would engage frequently with his commenters and even stated that they were having a positive impact on him.
And before I go on with that, let me just say I want to thank all the subscribers for tuning in and watching my videos, and hopefully rating them at some point. But I'm going through a hard time in my life right now, and the moral support you guys are giving me is fantastic. I always said love outweighs the hate, and it's damn true, brother.
While the precise numbers are uncertain, he quickly was receiving thousands of views within the first month, an impressive number both for the time and for such a new channel. His subscriber count also began to grow in tandem. But this attention was both positive and negative. Because his in-game username was visible in his videos, people would message him on his console, wanting to be his friend or asking for game advice. They would even join his games mid-session, and their skill levels would vary widely, which could influence his ratio of wins to losses, which he felt important. However, it was the comments in his videos that would prove the more emotionally taxing. The Call of Duty community is well.
I mean, that's something that comes with it. Like whenever you're doing YouTube and you gain a mass of followers and you have all types of people watching your videos and stuff like of course people are gonna want to test you. They're gonna want to see like if you're actually as good as freaking, you know, what you're putting on. Like if you're actually like if you're making all these videos and showing them like, hey, freaking we're the best in the game and stuff like that, like yeah, they're gonna freaking test you on it.
Known for decrying certain playstyles as illegitimate or lesser, and among these is the aforementioned camping strategy, wherein a player chooses a single location and waits for opponents to approach. This more methodical method of play was Jordy's favorite tactic, and one that he was unashamed of using, though he was clearly self-conscious of it to the point that he felt the need to defend himself over its use in his very first commentary video.
A lot of this bitching. I mean, I just wanted to get this off my chest because some people think I'm a camper, which I am a camper. I ain't gonna be lying to you. I camp to fucking win. If it requires me to camp to get the upper hand on you, I will camp.
But this did little to dissuade criticism. While viewers agreed that Jordy routinely displayed high-level gameplay, his usage of the strategy invoked occasional ire in the comment sections. This quickly wore at Jordy's patience, and he would soon begin to respond to these commenters. On November 23rd, less than a month after his first commentary upload, he created a video titled Point of Address, in which he discussed the multiple issues he had begun to face.
If I'm playing in a game, I don't want y'all to come in and try to join the game. Because what happens is you actually use my tips against me. I mean, I don't want to have to try hard every game I play. Oh, and don't ask me what my penis size is and stuff. Serious questions. I mean, I'll seriously thumb down anybody who just messes around and wants to know, you know, do I put my finger up my dog's butt or something.
That's toxic, bro. That is disgusting. But like, you gotta realize at the end of the day, like, you just got trolls, man. Like that's just how it is. It's how some people live for that. Some people about that life. Like they about freaking just making people freak out and just making them mad and angry and just like just punching a cord or something, you know, with the YouTuber, just see if they can break them. But as a YouTuber, you have to stay strong. Like I remember whenever I first started my channel, which I still don't even have like any freaking subscribers at all. Which y'all, the ones that are there, hey, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. But I still had those times whenever I was first starting my first channel before this one. If y'all don't know, it was called OG Nova. And I used to let the criticism get to me, not to this point, but it was like criticism. Like, I remember there was one time I saw a video and it was like a debate type of thing, but I just got on there and said, man, I agree. And freaking some random dude, like, he was a troll. He was like screaming and cursing at everybody, but he saw my name and he went on my channel and he just started putting all types of random stuff on there. Like, I'm not even going to say it because I'm streaming on YouTube and I know they're a lot more strict than Twitch with their stuff, but freaking just started saying all types of like just random stuff like about me. I had a video up with my mom, how I surprised her by coming home after deployment, and he just like went in on that. And I'm just like, bro, I don't get some people, like, they dwell in sadness and they just wish that they could take everybody there with them, man. But you can't let it get to you to that point.
Something like that. Yeah. Come on, guys, be serious.
Later that same day, he released another video sharing a bit more about himself and his living situation, asking for donations towards an Xbox 360 so he could play with viewers.
First and foremost, a lot of people have asked me, am I going to ever invest in an Xbox? I wouldn't mind getting an Xbox, but I'm currently unemployed at the time. I got laid off from my job October 14th, and I'm currently on unemployment.
That's tough, bro.
So that means I cannot splurge whatsoever, because I went from making $1,000 a week to $350. But there is another alternative. If 500 of you donate $1, I would be able to get an Xbox 360, Modern Warfare 2, a year's worth of Xbox Live, and the cables for the HD PVR. And I could play with the Xbox people. Let me stress this, you do not have to give me money.
However, he also began feeling a need for his videos to perform well, and he noted what he perceived as the low number of ratings he was receiving in relation to his view counts.
My videos get around 2,000 views now, and they're still only getting 200 ratings. I spent a lot of time in these videos, and if you could just click any of the stars, I don't care if you want a 1-star, put a lot of time into them. Could you please just help me out, and when you watch the videos, put a just put a rating on it.
They made it so easy nowadays.
Because I put a lot of videos out. I'm not like other commentators that put one video out a week, or they have time to go back and do the animations and all this thing. I forget to do a lot of that mess because I just put videos out in bulk. I usually put, like I've been putting.
Within the first 2 months, Jordy had gained a reputation for speaking whatever came to his mind, but this propensity pulled him into controversy.
3 videos a day. Could you imagine? That's 21 videos a week, bro. I couldn't imagine, man. Like, I remember at one point, like, I was doing 1 video a day, and that's with all the like stuff that I put on it, which I'm pretty sure I put more than him, but like, just imagine like how it was back in the day, like trying to figure it out. Like, there weren't many YouTubers. That's why like the top dogs are like way at the top, because they've been doing it since like, you know, way before like 08, 09 and stuff like that. They're the OGs. And like, but I couldn't imagine, man, like if I got on there, like, man, even now, like doing 21 videos, like if they were videos like this where I could just edit them real quick, like quick reaction, whenever it comes to playing the game, after you play the game, because I'm pretty sure he wasn't live, you got to take the game, put it on the hard drive. Once you put it on the hard drive, you got to put it on the computer. You got to edit and put whatever intro and outro and whatever other annotations that you want throughout it. Even like things like moving or freaking putting text or all types of stuff, like certain movements on like your person, making them shake whenever they're mad or turning the screen red. You got to cut and chop everything, music, everything, sounds. You got to move those around. You got to move parts of the video around so that it makes sense. Like, for all of that, like, man, if I did 21 of those a day, they'd be some real short videos. They'd be probably like a minute long. I'm not even playing. Even that would take a long time.
Almost immediately. In a now deleted video, Jordy decried those who practiced a technique called quickscoping, arguing that it was too unrealistic to be legitimate. In particular, he attacked another Call of Duty commentator who went by Hutch, who had a significantly larger viewer base at the time. These comments, perhaps unsurprisingly, drew ire from Hutch's viewers. Rather than allow the feud to continue, the two of them decided to hold what they called a friendly debate, in which the two of them would discuss their particular grievances with the other, chiefly their playstyles, and record it. This recording was later released as a commentary video on December 13th, 2009, hosted on Hutch's channel. As he was introducing himself, Jordy revealed a few details about his own life.
Yo, it's your boy, Wings of Redemption.
Wow. That's quite an intro, buddy. Why don't you take it down a notch? Just, take it down maybe another 14 decibels.
What I'm doing is freaking intro, bro.
Oh, the Ebonics thing is something that my channel came accustomed to. I stopped it at one point, and people requested me to bring it back. It's not how I actually
Where are you
talk.
from that you're speaking Ebonics?
I'm from Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. I actually grew up in the Holt Garden Project.
You're going to get slapped in the nuts for speaking Ebonics if you're from North Carolina.
South Carolina.
South Carolina. Oh.
That's-
Are you white?
That's how they talk.
Yeah, I'm white.
Oh.
White as it comes. But I did grow up in a black predominant neighborhood, and when I grew up, the kids I hung out with spoke Ebonics.
I guess that
something I picked
qualifies
up.
you to speak Ebonics then, yeah?
The rest of the video stayed mostly civil, with both parties waiting patiently for the other to make their point and speaking with an enthusiastic but restrained candor, even though they couldn't come to a consensus. With the drama successfully diffused, Jordy continued to upload videos to his channel, and he grew rapidly. His propensity for sharing information about his life would increase as well.
Alright. Some people requested me to show some videos of some of my guns. I guess I'll start out with the Call of Duty guns that I own.
He would often use his firearms as filler images when he wished to upload commentary without video content, specifically in his point of address videos, which became regular fixtures of the channel. Around this time, he was beginning to attract the attention not only of viewers, but of other gameplay channels. On January 4th, 2010, he released a dual commentary video with another commentator going by Woody's Gamertag.
You can learn a thing or two from Woody Gamertag.
Yeah.
Is that your actual name?
Woody's gamer tag is my actual gamer tag, and I go by Woody, the unexceptional gamer. So
This began a trend of inviting other commentators onto his channel to discuss the game and their opinions on strategy and tactics. He also had made a deal with Machinima to produce exclusive gameplay videos for their channel. Perhaps feeling a new phase of his life beginning, he quickly cut ties with a different communal channel, Persona Gaming, and he did so by publicly ridiculing other people on the channel.
They've got 3 or 4 people now that I just don't like. I mean, I don't want to say leeching off of us 3, but
With his viewer base growing, he began showcasing other creators of varying sizes that he enjoyed by hosting their videos on his channel.
Because when Dr. Disrespect is surrounded by enemies, he means one thing, and one thing only.
He would also begin performing product reviews and partnering with other companies, though, like most other creators of the time, his production quality
So it's looking kind of normal now. It looked like he went back. He living his life. Everything's all good. Like he chilling. I don't get what happened. What went wrong?
was limited,
He got a
but
job
his
now?
most successful inter-channel venture would begin 6 months after he began uploading. On April 27, 2010, Jordy uploaded the first episode of a new podcast titled Painkiller Already, or PKA, alongside Call of Duty commentators Woody's Gamertag and FPS Russia, also known as FPS Kyle. The format was simple. The 3 hosts would talk with each other online and record the conversation, speaking with little direction and few notes. Podcasts of this kind were seeing a surge of popularity at the time, and with 3 relatively large names in the Call of Duty scene participating, along with a weekly upload schedule, it rapidly gained a considerable audience. Because these were made available almost entirely unedited, the production cost was extremely low, and their runtime would last anywhere from 1 hour to over 3 hours, tending to be longer as the series continued. Jordy's subscriber count began growing dramatically as the year continued, to the point that he felt comfortable showing his face.
But at any rate, it's your boy, Wings of Redemption. I'm signing out.
That's where that meme
Now that he was
came
partnered
from.
with Machinima and he was beginning to see significant amounts of money, his ego was beginning to grow proportionally. This would manifest in frequent comments in his videos, rebuking those who disapproved of his playstyle, and he would even create a video where he again would attempt to legitimize his methods to those who disliked them.
Ho 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 ho. Time to do some bitching. Alright, recently I put out a video called Flawless on the Evasion. And a lot of people were crying about commentary, a lot of people were crying about camping, a lot of people were crying about the weapon selection, you know. And let me address all this right now. What I did in that video was not camping in the least. I basically held down over half the map. Alright, I held down half the map and I was moving constantly. You do not have to be moving into new areas of the game, of the map, to not be camping. Seriously, even Seed Anner says that mess, you know. I mean, yeah, people will call me a fat nerd for that, but guess what? You'll just get your ass blocked. Straight up. And about people who tries to threaten me with unsubscribing. I don't give a fuck, cunt. I don't give a fuck, kid. Seriously. I will block you out of spare spite. Because I know people that really enjoy my site would be willing to watch my video twice to get rid of your ass. Nobody wants your ass around here. Nobody wants a hater on my channel. I don't want haters. My subscribers don't want haters. If you want to hate, you ain't a subscriber. You blocked. That's what you are.
Bro. But like, when you respond in that way, like, yeah, I mean, that's cool as long as you don't actually care. Like, if he's just trying to garner that, because I've seen YouTubers that disrespect their subscribers, not like in bad ways, but like disrespect them, like, man, I don't care what y'all talking about. Shoot, we gonna keep it trekking. Like, subscribers like that, you know, some subscribers like that. They like, oh, shoot, man, this dude got some cojones on him, you know, it's whatever. I mean, he chilling, you know, he doing his thing. But whenever you go on a rant like that and you actually care about what they were saying in the first place, oh, man, that means something totally different. That means that they got under your skin. And when they get under your skin, they're going to keep doing it. And they're just going to up the ante every time, bro.
Straight up.
Straight up.
Excuse me, I got kind of like a little head cold.
But as his popularity and confidence increased, his patience diminished. He began to upload highlight clips with increasing frequency, showcasing gameplay that frustrated him. This propensity for responding to negative comments became a part of Jordy's online image in the months following his channel's launch, and soon this would attract the attention of a group looking for people specifically like him. At the same time that Call of Duty commentary was gaining popularity, a group called the Federation of Asshole Gamers, or FAG, was organizing and releasing videos. Though they had no set formula for their efforts, it would typically involve a leading member streaming themselves playing a game and either harassing a single person themselves or organizing a group to harass one or more people in the same game with the streamer. Among the most popular within the group was a man named Daniel Keem, better known as DJ Keemstar.
I got a rocket. I got a red rocket.
Man, look at those graphics, bro.
Oh my god, what the fuck?
Say my name. Say my name. Say Keemstar. Say Keemstar. Go girl. Go girl.
At some point in mid-2010, another Call of Duty commentator known as That Guy Who Camps approached Keemstar, stating that Jordy had been attacking him, and so the FAG, led by Keemstar, organized a mass false flagging operation on his channel, in which a large...
Let me just say, the FAG, like, I have no problem with, you know, people of different orientations. Do whatever you want, have whatever you want, you know, that's your life, it's cool. Freaking, but they could never have a name like that in this day and age, bro. Ever. They will be freaking canceled so quick. I'm looking at his commentary, bro. I'm looking at like the stuff he's saying while he's playing, man. It's different, bro. It's different. It is.
Large number of their viewer base flagged Jordy's channel videos as being inappropriate in order to have it removed from YouTube. In response, Jordy created a video asking people to persuade members of the FAG away from flagging his channel, though his tone sounded more fed up than frustrated.
They're going to be trying to flag and thumbs down my videos, which in result will getting my account banned, and I'll have to go through the long, lengthy process of getting it back. To help protect my channel, if you could go and not subscribe to his live stream, but kind of go in the comment section and persuade people not to do this. I'm not telling you to flag his videos or anything, or his channel, because I'm already got footage of his channel threatening my personal space and my personal use, and I'm gonna try to send that to the administration department over at Blog TV and see if that gets done. But I'm not telling you to take any action. Let me get that point clear. But let's work and try to keep my channel live if possible. Thank you.
This request proved ineffectual, and the FAG was able to successfully abuse YouTube's automated systems, racking up over 30 strikes on his channel. Protected by Machinima, his channel would remain on the site, but Machinima demanded that Jordy resolve the issue, and so he organized a meeting with Keemstar, moderated by another Call of Duty commentator. Jordy at first played innocent, but it soon became clear that he had counterattacked Keemstar with similar vigor by weaponizing his viewer base.
DJ Keemstar, have you ever thought that everything I do is behind the scenes because I'm not doing anything?
I don't know. I don't believe that. I've seen a conversation with you and Two Bucks on Skype, and again, Two Bucks.
And that conversation was me asking Two Bucks to talk to you to get you to stop, spamming my channel.
Oh, you're threatening him that you're going to sue us, you're going to do this, you're going to do that, you're saying jail time, you're saying...
Because he was putting up one of those fronts just like everybody else, and it was more of a scare tactic. But see, that's behind the scenes kind of stuff.
This last round was caused by a comment that Wings wrote. He said, and I believe this is the correct quote, "Nick, I don't know if you've noticed, but I've already killed FAG." I don't understand why you wrote that comment. Because our channel is being under attack. There's false copyright complaints on it to the point that it's suspended until YouTube reviews it. And now we have someone that's taking credit for killing our channel. I don't understand why you wrote that.
You should have seen that was going to come anyway. You attacked a channel that was 4 times your size. I mean...
We have 62,000 subscribers. I believe you have 9.
And I have 100,000 subscribers, and I also have 120,000 podcast viewers that don't even look at YouTube.
Any thoughts on our discussion here, Wings?
Yeah, I'll ceasefire.
But this apparently wasn't justice enough for Jordy. Immediately following the stream, and after asking if they had privacy, Jordy had one last threat to pose to Keemstar, one far beyond what either had levied against one another so far.
Alright, well I got your DJ Keemstar. I've run some stuff by you. Is your P.O. Box 148 Holland, New York 1408?
That's correct. That's correct.
Is your street address York 140809702?
That's incorrect. That's incorrect.
Right.
I don't give my personal where I live at. I don't give that out.
Is your girlfriend named Melissa R. Flack?
Whoa.
Yes, she is.
Is her phone number 7165?
Whoa.
8263.
Okay. Can I ask you why you're trying to get my personal information?
I'm just trying to see how much of this is correct, because I gave some of this information to Fisticuffs.
You gave my personal information to Fisticuffs?
Yep.
Okay, so should I find out what trailer park you live in and announce that to the world?
I don't live in a trailer park, my man.
Wait, so what was the motivation behind this action?
This is, well, basically, I did some digging, and I tried to find everything I could find out about him in case he actually did drop my YouTube channel.
All right. Well, this is a good example, though, Wings. Like, I was
going to take a trip up to New York.
This was.
You might be going back looking like a raccoon.
What?
Maybe none of this would have been necessary. Maybe even if you did it on your own, you didn't need to bring it up now, though. You know what I mean?
I'm just letting him know that. I'm just letting him know it's out there, and That
Dude,
way you
do
won't
you
be
know how many
surprised.
people? Do you know how many people threaten me a day? It's like I know that you're a bully and that you get off on bullying people, but like I'm one person that is just gonna constantly have that middle finger in the air. It's not.
Wait. Like, what? Bro, victim mentality 100%. How do you sit there and just screw with a dude like for all this time? Like, you just screw with him. And then whenever he fights back, you sit there and play the victim card like he did you wrong. Like, bro, at a certain point, dude had enough. I'm not agreeing with his actions. That was messed up. But how do you sit there and play the victim card, bro? Like, you literally sat there and like screw with this dude so much. I don't understand it, man. That's weak. That's weak. Keemstar, you weak. I hope you hear this. You weak. DJ Keemstar, you weak.
Never gonna go down. It's always gonna be fuck you. No one is ever gonna fucking talk me into submission or anything. So whatever you're trying to do, just stop now. Because the middle
I'm not
finger
trying
is
to do
right
anything.
here.
I'm letting you know that I
I'm not
did give away some of your
scared. I'm
personal
not intimidated in any way.
I'm not trying to intimidate
Yes,
you.
you are. Yes, you are. Trying to say my girlfriend's name. And trying to say
No,
where I live, what
no.
my P.O. box is.
Let's not be fucking weird Silence of the Lambs about it, Wings. And
Hey, I can't help. I'm a precision marksman.
Despite this threat, it appears nothing more came of it. Still, the FAG channel on YouTube would remain permanently offline, while Jordy's would survive with little to no lasting impact. In the year and a half that passed, Jordy would reveal more of himself and his personal life. Of note were the videos of his brother, who had recorded them to send to his family while on deployment in the military, and another of him returning home for a visit. Jordy would become more and more comfortable showing his face as well, which garnered him occasional ridicule over his weight. Over time, he would begin to use his channel for numerous things other than his gaming videos. He continued the practice of allowing other Call of Duty commentators to upload a video onto his channel, perhaps in an effort to help others grow in the same way that he had grown. He would also occasionally make philanthropic videos, such as an instance in which he gave a specialized controller to a paraplegic gamer, or when he began requesting donations for a charity. As Jordy's channel grew, so did his podcast, and he quickly established himself as the central fixture within it, earning a considerable income. Though the numbers are not precisely known, Jordy's financial situation had improved considerably, and according to FPS Kyle, he was making approximately $10,000 a month at this time. Despite this, he still seemed to casually treat his channel as a personal repository. More egregiously, he uploaded another person's video from Twitter onto his channel, under the pretense that he simply wanted to share it.
You might think, man, Wings, you got 1,000 videos of your own. Why would you need to steal? I don't need to steal. The way it is a misunderstanding, and it was blown way out of proportion like everything is with me. That's why I'm always so bitter and always Xbox dance.
By this point, he had also begun dating a woman named Shalene, whom he had met on a dating website. Shalene was already a mother of 2 children before they had met, and Jordy quickly took to a parental role. He began providing financially for the 3 of them in every way, as Shalene had no job and seemed to have little desire to get one, instead choosing to rely on Jordy's income as she raised her children. It was also around this time that Jordy was beginning to receive more harassment in the comments of his videos, and he was reacting to it more and more. He gained a reputation for being aggressive to his subscribers, something he would attempt to refute.
The thing is, I get criticized and ridiculed all the damn time saying I hate my subscribers. I don't care about my subscribers. I don't care about dumbasses.
And just think, this is at like 100,000 subscribers. Imagine once this dude hits 1 million, like, he's gonna freak out when tons of people freaking just start going in on him. Like, he's gonna literally freak the heck out.
Look here, if you want to sit here criticize and belittle me and say I ain't shit or that I'm fat, fuck you. I don't give a shit about your ass. And for the most part, a lot of my subscribers are not up to par. Nobody wants to play with a guy that goes, 14 and 14. Nobody wants to play with a guy that's a liability on your team. Do you really want to play with a guy going 2 and 27?
But honestly, like, he can say that, bro. But like, most people don't care about how good you do in a game. Like you could be straight up trash at a game, like not good at all. Like there are plenty of games like that I've uploaded where I'm just straight up trash. You guys will see that video in 2 freaking weeks. Like I get destroyed on freaking Bloodbath Babysitter Bloodbath. I get destroyed on that game by Puppet Combo, but freaking at the end of the day, it's all about like how you act towards it and your positivity and like how much you make the people laugh during it, or how they're so like attached to like your personality whenever you do it, man.
And you're dodging air support because of them? No, you don't. I might have anger issues, and I might have a little social issues from being always a loner and being overweight and all. And that addresses a lot of the things why I can't be like a Woody's gamer tag and, be like, everything's going to be all right. And, and give that kind of, fatherly like advice. But I am what I am, and that's the only thing I can do. I don't try to stress over things I cannot change.
Though he claimed not to care, he continued to dedicate not only mentions, but entire videos to arguing against these comments. This culminated in a video released on April 10th, 2011, titled, "This is Why I Am Always Hostile," in which members of his team during a game of Call of Duty derided him and shouted his username.
WingsOfRedemption! What the fuck? We lost A. God. Yo, it's your boy, WingsOfRedemption! Hey, WingsOfRedemption, you got any more ice cream, you badass?
This video likely had the unintentional side effect of spurring such harassment, as he was now giving them attention in videos, beginning a cycle of harassment and encouragement. But even as he was losing patience with viewers, he was mending relationships with other creators and building connections. For example, on July 3rd of 2011, he uploaded a video of himself in person with Keemstar. Perhaps more surprising was the fact that they were at the mansion of Alki David, a man who had inherited a net worth of $1.5 billion to compete in Call of Duty for a cash prize. This event was interchangeably called the Battle Cam Bowl and the Billionaire Showdown. Despite these promising prospects, his confrontational attitude would only worsen until it culminated in an event that many considered to be the moment when his career changed completely. On August 25th, 2011, the hosts of the Painkiller Already podcast gathered to record their 67th episode to thousands of viewers live. They had eventually chosen to change their recording methods. Rather than simply recording and then uploading the podcast to hosting sites and YouTube, they would stream their recording sessions to Justin TV with 3 main sections: a pre-show, the podcast itself, and a post-show. While the podcast would only run for approximately an hour and a half, this stream would last for upwards of 3 hours, sandwiching the official part of the podcast with casual conversation. This particular week, their guest was an up-and-coming Call of Duty commentator who went by Syndicate. Syndicate had gained popularity by playing the cooperative game mode in Call of Duty called Nazi Zombies, or simply Zombies, which eschewed human opponents in favor of AI-controlled hordes of enemies. For the majority of the stream, the episode proceeded as normal, with Jordy discussing his newfound fatherhood.
I'm really digging the whole father figure kind of. It's cool seeing like you're doing stuff with them and they're responding to it, and you're actually getting through to it, and you win those little battles, and those little battles feel like you win wars. It's like you're just getting him to say what he feels, like instead of I don't know or because.
However, during the post-stream, Jordy began to mention his low opinion of Syndicate's abilities and his chosen play mode, while simultaneously showing his ignorance about it.
If you want to try and get all the zombies, like say it's an insta-kill and there's a zombie to your right, you want to make the most of it or something. Or is it huge
I've had this debate with people so often. Let's just go back to multiplayer, that's where my experience is at.
But wait, we're not talking about multiplayer, right? Like, I think Syndicate would...
No, there's no difference. What's the difference between a zombie behind you and a guy with a gun behind you? What's the difference?
The difference is if you're facing one way, you're going to turn all the way to turn around to the zombie, and you haven't got quick revival.
I look at it like
you're going to knife that zombie,
if you get yourself in that position, you deserve to die.
Not at all. Because zombies...
As they argued and Jordy continued to profess his skill, Woody had a proposition.
You could tell how uncomfortable this dude is just by how they're talking to him. Like, man, they are mad disrespectful, bro. Like, it's just a different way of playing. Like, it don't matter. Like, oh man, like it's just two separate game modes. So how are you going to compare the two? Two totally different things take a totally different amount of skill.
See, I'm just gonna say this: you're talking to a guy who's probably 4 times the multiplayer than you are, and no matter. It doesn't matter. There's no difference.
I'll do this.
You're
talking to a guy who's 4 times the zombie player you are.
I bet you right now I could get on zombies and stay toe for toe with Tom and not even know the fucking map.
Let's stream.
You know why?
Oh, let's do it.
Oh yeah, there it is.
Why? You know why I can do this? Because I use my brain. I think, well, where's my back at?
Oh yeah, let's show it.
That's why
I'm not about to go. I'm not about to get on to play 6 hours.
What? You are not going to play 6 hours anyway.
Soon, Woody and fellow commentator Redneck were teasing and goading Jordy.
You're gonna beat me on zombies because you play on 2 sensitivity, whereas I play on insane.
I'm saying insane does not mean shit.
Syndicate, I'd like to add this to the conversation.
They weren't goading him. They didn't egg him on. He put it out there. He challenged them, man. Hey, down the rabbit hole. You better watch yourself, brother. You better watch that, because you over there taking the wrong side at the wrong time, bro. Like, I'm not saying watch yourself like that, y'all. No, never. I ain't Jordy, bro. I'm saying, like, he's taking like the wrong side on this at the wrong time. Like, bro, that no one goaded this dude. Like, he put himself in that situation. Why are you sitting there like talking crap to people for no reason?
I am also much better at zombies than you, but I refuse to play or prove it or stream it or provide any kind of evidence about it because it would take me too long.
I didn't say I was better. I said I'd go toe for toe with him. Like, I would kill just as many zombies.
Well, then I take it back. Tom, I am just as good as you, but I refuse to play.
It's boring as fuck.
As they discussed further, Wings continued to describe his superiority in both skill and content creation.
Me, it's just a whole different thing. I try not to be fake, and me not being fake makes a lot of people not like me.
Not being fake.
Not being fake.
So you mean like...
Woody, however, had a retort that revealed quite a bit about Jordy's personality.
Your online personality didn't match your in real life personality.
Shit does.
No, so my experience with, Jordy as opposed to Wings was that in real life you were much more sensitive, much more caring. In real life you were like almost gentle. Sounds like a put down. It's not what I'm going for. But you were nice to everybody, and there were I don't mean to. None of this is meant to be put down. None of this, but there was like an endearing level of insecurity, right? Whereas like the Wings of Redemption in a lobby is full of bravado. I'm the best player to ever exist. I can beat Syndicate in zombies, right? Like, but the Wings of Redemption that I met in real life in Beverly Hills, like not everything is easy for him. Not everything is so great, and he's caring about other people, and he was true and honest, and he was himself, but he wasn't like beat you over the head with self-confidence kind of.
Yes, he's right, bro. Totally. Like, I like this dude. He tried to explain it like in the best way possible so that it wouldn't take any heat from Jordy. But I feel like Jordy is gonna come back with some terrible, nasty green flames, bro.
Guy at Beverly Hills.
Would you lick his face?
Well, the one time, yeah.
Soon after, just as they seemed to be forgetting about the challenge Woody had suggested, Jordy went back to bragging, and while Syndicate had initially been humble, he shared his confidence in his ability at previous titles in the series.
I'm not upset about anything, dude.
I gotta take a piss.
I just know what I know what I've been to, and I've played with every single commentator there is to play.
Because I've got quite a lot of friends who like in the same frame of mind, and it's like there's no change in it. I know, like most common ones I've played in the most is COD 4 and Modern Warfare 2, and I could probably beat you in them too. Well, I'd do it for the fun of it. I'd go for it.
Let's do it.
So what map are we playing? I'll get my ass slapped, I know I will, but I'd still do it.
See, the thing is...
But as Jordy's braggadocious claims reached their height, his anxieties were also revealed.
Well,
you know the reason I don't do it? Because if I happen to lose, I hear about it for years.
Exactly. So like, if you lost against me, would you hear that for years?
Yes,
Probably
I
not, because I
would.
wouldn't bring it up again.
No, but everybody in the stream would, and then they would tell somebody else, and then people that don't like me would get to it and start coming to the videos and saying it.
Yeah, but why'd you care?
But I know I'm not going to lose to you.
Due to his console being in a separate room from his PC, Syndicate could listen to the call as the other three discussed, but could not speak for the duration of the game. As Syndicate left to turn on his console, Jordy played a warm-up match. Soon, their duel began. Jordy and Syndicate utilized radically different playstyles. As previously mentioned, Jordy preferred positions that offered control over the map, and once he reached them, he would remain mostly static, exploiting the strength that the location provided. Syndicate, however, preferred a more mobile playstyle, rapidly moving from location to location in order to gain an advantage over his opponent and to make himself difficult to locate and pin. They would play on Bog, a map with a few long sight lines, and they would use M16s, a relatively long range and high damage weapon. These choices clearly favored Jordy's style, but Syndicate acquiesced, perhaps because he was unconcerned with victory and was more interested in sating Jordy's ego. The game would end either after 10 minutes or after one person had scored 30 kills. The map on which they were to play was defined by a single central location, known colloquially as the trash pile, or the hill. This hill not only offers omnidirectional cover for whomever controls it, but its height allows the person to apply pressure across the majority of the map, meaning that many games played on it are focused almost entirely on controlling this position. By the time the match began, approximately 4,000 people had gathered to watch, a considerable number for the time. Jordy spawned on the southern side of the map, while Syndicate spawned in the northeastern corner. Moving quickly, Jordy discovered Syndicate's position early, and within the first 12 seconds of the game, he had taken the first kill. But already, there was a problem. Jordy realized that they had forgotten to turn on the radar, so that neither Jordy nor Syndicate could tell the position of the other player without seeing them or hearing them. This meant that whoever was losing would be forced to play far more aggressively than normal in order to retake the lead before the timer ran out. Jordy noticed this immediately, stating that all he had to do was sit still and listen for Syndicate's footsteps.
You probably should have put radar on, because I can sit there and be a bitch and just sound whore now.
However, due to his slurred speech and poor microphone quality, many people interpreted this statement as insulting Syndicate and acting cocky. Syndicate, undeterred, respawned and immediately took the trash pile, using it to get his first kill. Perhaps looking to test Syndicate's abilities and find his weaknesses, Jordy began experimenting with new tactics, engaging from farther away and attempting to sneak behind him, but Syndicate proved prepared for each instance. Finally, with a bit of luck, Jordy spawned behind Syndicate, dislodging him from the hill. The positions reversed, Jordy had his chance to catch up, soon getting another kill, setting the score at 3-4. But Syndicate had an unforeseen advantage. Though he had never seen Jordy's gameplay, he knew that Jordy favored more passive strategies, and based on this knowledge, he took a gamble. Syndicate threw 2 grenades toward the trash pile. One landed wide, but the other landed directly on top of Jordy, forcing him off of the power position.
Miracle Nade almost hit its target.
Oh my god.
Oh, Miracle Nade.
Too far to reliably retake the hill, Syndicate ran farther west and hunkered down behind cover, and Jordy followed. However, perhaps suspecting such, Syndicate turned and took another kill with a single burst as Jordy ran towards him, with no chance of a rebuttal. Spawning on the other side of him, Jordy attempted to catch Syndicate by surprise, but again, Syndicate was too quick, and a single burst was enough to finish him off. Now with over double Jordy's score, Syndicate was in a comfortable lead, defying the expectations of nearly everybody present. But while the other people in the voice call were laughing and enjoying themselves, Jordy's mood was souring. Having just insulted the ability of his opponent, and with his reputation as one of the most popular Call of Duty players, he felt pressured not only to win, but to do so convincingly. Now that he was losing, his confidence was proving more fragile than his boasts had suggested. Jordy again spawned on the trash pile, taking another kill as Syndicate attempted to reposition, but he was removed from it almost immediately after another engagement.
Good lord.
Syndicate up 8-4.
Despite his lead, Syndicate chose not to remain sedentary, instead moving about the map and searching for the next engagement in adherence to etiquette. By this point, the stream had reached approximately 7,000 viewers. Jordy respawned south of the hill and made a dash for it, but was caught by Syndicate and pinned behind a piece of cover. As Jordy stayed in place, Syndicate moved west and, again predicting Jordy correctly, flanked him and took another kill.
Is he still sitting over there, just crouching?
I'm sorry, I can't tell you where he is. It wouldn't be right.
A minute passed as the two hunted each other. With pressure mounting, Jordy began to accuse Syndicate of misconduct only seconds before the shot of the next engagement began from across the map.
Picking up girls lately?
Look here,
Watching
let
my
me.
videos.
Why don't you go and make a comment that there's not been a shot fired in almost 2 minutes because Syndicate's laying on his belly somewhere.
No, he's not.
So now he's making excuses. That's
After a relatively long fight, Wings took the kill, but he would have to win these fights much faster for a chance at victory. Suspecting that Wings had again taken cover at the hill, Syndicate threw another 2 grenades at the location, but Wings had anticipated this and moved to a different piece of cover farther east. Catching Syndicate unaware, he took yet another kill for himself and finally began to close the gap in score. Slowing down the pace of the match, he again lodged himself into the hill, taking his comfortable defensive posture, knowing that Syndicate wouldn't want to hide and wait out the timer. But in a straightforward duel, Syndicate again proved Jordy's match. It would be nearly another minute before the two saw each other again, and Jordy was losing patience, demanding that Woody tell him Syndicate's location.
Dude, he's just fucking hiding. Look, I'm looking at the fucking map right now. Where's he at?
Oh, I see him. He's not hiding. He's looking for you.
I'm standing out in the fucking open. He can't see this because he's too busy laying on his belly half the time.
That's not true. Like, we can all see what he's doing. He's hunting for you.
Yeah, he's not doing a good job.
With less than 2.5 minutes remaining and a 4-kill lead in Syndicate's favor, Jordy was forced to change tactics. Spotting Syndicate in the south, he threw a single grenade for a kill, but this was followed by a time-consuming duel that saw Syndicate the victor, time that Jordy could no longer afford. Jordy began chasing after Syndicate over and over, desperately trying to close the score, but for each kill that he gained, Syndicate would gain at least one more in return. After a frantic flurry of action that lasted 1.5 minutes, Jordy finally lost the last of his patience as he realized that he could no longer feasibly win.
Commentator Showdown goes on. Like, I knew that was a tough lobby to do well in, but I was there. Wings, are you in the game?
You left. That's crazy.
Wings, did you spawn in?
I broke my controller.
You broke your controller?
Yeah, keep fucking laughing, you fucking faggot.
Oh, Wings, I've been where you are. I know it's
Oh, don't
bad
fucking
days.
suck. Fucking faggot. Fucking shit.
Yeah, we've all been there, man.
Fuck you.
Me?
Fuck! Why the fuck you stream that shit?
It was your idea.
No, I didn't say stream it.
I thought it was your idea.
While this loss was unlikely to make a significant impact on Jordy's reputation overall, his actions soon afterwards would ensure that it would remain one of the most memorable parts of his career. The day after the duel, Syndicate made a post to Twitter. Though the structure of the tweet was a bit confusing, the message was clear. Quote, "See for yourselves. I held respect the loss for Wings yesterday, but after this, no." Attached was a screen capture of a conversation between the two of them. Apparently, Alki David, the billionaire who had hosted the Call of Duty competition the previous month, was offering $5,000 to the winner of a rematch between Jordy and Syndicate. Looking to repair his image, Jordy had approached Syndicate, offering to fix the match so he could guarantee a victory. Quote, "You get $3,000, I get $2,000, but I have to come out on top. Sound like a good deal or want no part of it?" Syndicate flatly refused, offended by the offer. Jordy grew desperate, saying, I need this kind of money. I don't make $2,000 a day. I got a family to feed, so money is a big deal to me. You said you wanted to bury the hatchet. What better way we both make money? And I beat you by like 1 kill in Game 5. It's a $1,000 to lose a game you're not expected to win. I figured I'd offer it. To which Syndicate replied, "No way, Wings. You just blew it, big style," and ceased communication. Jordy soon created a video discussing his loss to Syndicate and uploaded it on August 26, 2011, titling it, "I'm Only Human," in which he discussed his conduct.
One of my pet peeves is I hate losing. I hate losing with a passion. I hate losing even more when I'm the only person that has something to lose. And it's something I've been trying to get over all my life. I mean, even when I was a child, I could not stand losing. It feels like I've failed in every form and manner, period, when I lose. I felt like I wasn't good enough to the point where it's like, maybe I shouldn't be playing.
Despite his attempts to address this, his comment sections soon afterwards would be littered with references to the infamous duel, taunting him for his loss. This further fueled his discomfort, and it would manifest as videos talking about himself and his personal problems in vague terms, such as a video published less than a month after the duel titled, "My Weight and Life Problems."
A lot of people get the impression that I'm this asshole person to subscribers and everything else, and all they ever do is they single out the negative. That's kind of what anybody does. It's like a first human nature to kind of single out the negative in everything. Nobody sees the positives that you put out there. Nobody sees how many people that you've actually helped. I mean, I can list. You go on to any other commentators' videos, you won't see even a shrimp of the amount of hate that I get, which I knew.
Yo, I'm gonna tell you right now, good people don't have to say that they're good people. People just know that they're good just because of their actions and how they're humble about it. Good people don't need to say I'm a good person.
Going into it with my play style, that I would get tons of hate. And since there's been so much stress with sub box breaking, the view count thing, losing the 1v1, all the haters, all the loss of subs, I've actually gained 20 pounds because all I've been doing is worrying and eating. That had to go along with the new family that I got. It gets really problematic. I mean, it's just all stress, and then there's other problems in life, like, you know, why is this like this? I try to be a nice person. Why do I constantly get hate? You know, like people like ignore the haters. It's hard to ignore the haters because your natural response to anything is to single out the negative. Oh man, why couldn't that be like COD 4? You know what I'm saying? And if ever actually wonder where that's from, that's from the Trailer Park Boys. You can check that out on Netflix if you live in the United States.
Alongside his regular YouTube content, he began occasionally live streaming his play sessions in late November of 2011. However, Jordy also began to show some of his negative views of himself.
First off, most of my fan base don't like me anyway. Most people watch me to say what I'm about to say.
Despite this growth, he was losing enthusiasm for his gaming career, something he made unabashedly clear in his videos in early 2000.
What I said, freaking, when you live streaming, it's even worse. Because if you say something that's like off the books, just straight up off trash, like people gonna lock onto it automatically, bro. Especially if you got like 100,000 people watching your streams and like following you all the time, like they're gonna catch on to that crap like real freaking quick, man. You gotta be careful with that stuff.
2012, such as in a video titled "Why Hide the Truth?"
You know, I do have for you today some stale ass fucking gameplay. That's what I got for you. I got it on lockdown too. And you know why I have stale ass fucking gameplay? Because I hate playing the fucking game. Plain and simple. But you know why I play the fucking game? Because it's the only thing that gets views. That's quite honest. And a lot of people want to ask you, you know, why don't you get a real job? Real jobs don't pay as well. They don't. I mean, perfectly honest. Like, if a real job was the answer, I would have gotten a real job a year ago.
In March, another significant upheaval occurred in his life.
For those of you who know, I've been dating a girl named Shalene for about a year now. And the day I kind of decided for a huge life change, I actually asked her to move out of the house again. I kind of made some bad decisions in my life, and a lot of it was influenced, from her being there and trying to keep her happy. And it's got me in a really bad financial situation, and I needed time to basically get my life back together.
By this point, it appeared that his finances were beginning to struggle as well, stating in a video on March 11th of 2012 that he had, quote, sold most of my guns over the last year or so to keep afloat. This suggests one or a combination of three potential factors: that he was making less money than he had first shared, that his income had reduced significantly, and that he had spent so much money on Shalene that he had drained much of his finances. Later, he would share that by his estimations, he had spent approximately $80,000 on her and her children to care for them and buy them things, including a new truck in which they had eventually left. Perhaps recognizing the popularity of the content that focused more on his own life, this sort of discussion would come to dominate his videos more and more, to the point that they came to resemble vlogs more so than Call of Duty commentary.
If you're going to let the opinions of others dictate your life and allow you to basically not do something, like just because you're fat, it's going to allow you not to travel on a plane. Just because you're you don't think your face looks as pretty as somebody else, you're not going to go to a movie. That's in the same line and ballpark of thinking that you're in by not wanting to date a girl because she's classified as a slut.
One of the topics that he would discuss frequently was his weight, as well as his desire and efforts to reduce it, which included sharing video of himself working out and recording straightforward vlogs about it.
And this is my first trip to Dr. Norman since I got back on the diet. And I went and got the prescription pills again for it. And while I was there, I was weighed, and it bothered me how much I weighed at that point, because I kind of realized where I was at. Keep in mind, March-ish of last year, 2011, I was around 368 pounds. So within 1 year, I had put on around 100 pounds.
This pressure would continue to build, and soon it would manifest in a way that would shock his viewership and further alienate him from his contemporaries and his friends. In September of 2012, Jordy entered an argument on social media with another commentator going by El Presador. In a now deleted tweet, Jordy wrote, "I've got a load of guns, El Presador, and if I decide to kill myself, I'm taking you with me." Soon, the Call of Duty commentary community was talking among themselves about Jordy's conduct, but there was at least one person that saw an opportunity. DJ Keemstar had been publishing tweets that he labeled as Drama Alert for some time, cataloging drama occurring online, and here he sought to both capitalize on the recent drama and diffuse it at the same time. Acting quickly, he gathered a number of these commentators for a group call that would be recorded and streamed live on September 23rd. But before El Presador or Jordy could join the call, another commentator who had inserted himself into the situation joined as well, going by White Boy 7th Street, who proceeded to lambaste Jordy for his conduct. He expressed his belief that Jordy had made these comments on Twitter to increase his view count.
Right. He did it for attention. That's what a fucking 13-year-old emo chick does. I care about Wings. I like Wings, and I'm sure all the viewers do as well. I can relate to him. I have a personal relationship with him. I can feel him. I can understand him. Mm-hmm. And that's why I got away with so much stuff. But faking it, crying wolf, I lost it. I lost it for him.
Soon after, Duranker had an opportunity to give his perspective.
I respect what Wings does, don't get me wrong. I'm not hating on him. I'm just saying all he ever does is complain.
As soon as Jordy joined the call, he demanded that he be able to speak with the other three who had become involved: White Boy 7th Street, Duranker, and El Presador. Immediately upon Duranker's rejoining, Jordy began insulting him based on his employment, then began proclaiming his superior income.
Go ahead, Wings.
I told you what it is. You're a production supervisor. You walk around with your hands in your pockets. You probably ain't turned a wrench in 8 years, and you want to sit there and talk about gall of working hard. So you have a fucking cake job. Your job is fucking cake. What do? You hold your hands in your pocket. You wait till the fucking safety meeting in the morning so you can suck up to some fucking big wig's dick. Then you go home and you drink your fucking Miller Lite, what it sounds like you're doing.
No, actually, I'm on my phone. I'm actually at work because I have a job. Anyway.
Actually at work because you have a job. You know what? I did your fucking job for 5 years. And you know what? I make more money now than I did at that job in one day of the week than I did.
Wings, and that's what I'm saying. You make a lot of money, but all you do is
But the fact is, the more money you make, the more responsibility you take on. You're also failing to neglect. You're talking about people taking $120 out of their check to feed their family. Look here, son. I have 9 people I support. 9. Not 1, not 2, not 3 children. 9.
Paradoxically, he then began explaining his aversion to manual labor.
No. You're making it seem like
Why do you feel the need to... Like, this is a dude that you don't even know. This dude does make less money than you, but why do you feel the need to project how much you make upon this dude? Like, why do you feel the need to, like, put him down with how much you make and how much he makes? Like, that makes no freaking sense to me. Like, it's baffling me right now, bro. Like, what is that, man?
I've never worked a real job before. The reason that I have worked a real job is the reason I don't want to work a real job again. It doesn't matter if it's labor or backbreaking work. You know, if I see a person digging a ditch, you know what I don't think? That's a hard worker. I think that's somebody that fucked up in his life.
Right.
Soon, Woody offered insight into Jordy's mentality and even claimed that Jordy was lying.
Wings, can I ask you a question?
Yes.
All right, so when I was watching the Twitter feed unfold, like, this is how it played in my own head. I saw, you upset, and I know you, right? You're a guy who thinks a little bit short term. When cash comes in the bank, you feel wealthy. When the bills roll in, you feel broke. When the views are high, you feel, if you have a good day view-wise, you feel like things are awesome. If you have a single bad day view-wise, you worry that the world is crashing. So I watched you on YouTube and I thought, you know what? He's not joking or putting on a suicide hoax. He's just a guy who has extreme feelings and expresses, like, there's no sort of long-term, moderation filter on there. If I get 700,000 views today and 30,000 views tomorrow, I feel like I got 730,000 views over 2 days. You feel like, oh my gosh, my channel crashed today. The world is ending. And so when I watched your Twitter thing and saw White Boy respond to it, I felt like White Boy was off target because he's like, oh my gosh, this guy faked a hoax. I saw it. I felt like you claimed it was a hoax as a way to change the topic and end the beef.
Wings, it's kind of been you versus the world tonight.
No, it's always me versus the world, dude. It's been like that for the last 3 years of my career. I'm pretty
the world then.
I'm pretty much, Scarface of the YouTube community. I'm the bad guy. I'm the camper. I'm everything that personifies everything bad.
Say that way. You were the Scarface of the YouTube community.
After a bit more arguing, Jordy began to threaten and insult White Boy, while Woody unsuccessfully attempted to defuse the situation.
You're real close to me just telling you what you what you actually make.
That's not anybody's business what people make, though, Wings.
I know what he makes. His contract can't be much different from mine.
But Wings, he's not talking about money, though.
He is. He's calling me a view whore when he said himself I'd get like 1,000 views. But you're a fucking dumbass, dude. I don't do that shit for views. If I did that shit for views, I would do it on my fucking YouTube channel. Why don't you take your one-eyed ass and learn fucking something? Quit smoking pot. Quit being a fucking high school dropout.
So I think instead of going after the messenger, we should talk about the messenger. Right?
I'm a fucking person too, and you're sitting there trying to destroy my livelihood by some fucking bullshit, trying to say I did some view whore and shit.
Suicide. Do you not understand the gravity of the situation? You faked the suicide for views. Your fucking raw instinct.
After Jordy returned, the live stream took on a drastically different tone, discussing Jordy and his negative mental health.
It's not a fucking fake suicide. That's what you don't fucking understand. I'm a suicidal fucking person. I don't like my fucking life.
Wings,
Like, honestly, man, if anyone needs help or needs to talk or anything, like, you can even let me know, man. I don't get any comments anyway, so I mean, somebody may as well hit me up. I got time to talk to people. I'm there for anybody. I've had friends that dealt with this stuff. Especially being in the military. Like I have friends all over that have dealt with this stuff, but it's all about like who you talk to and the impact that that person can have on you. Like they don't realize, like whenever they talk to you about certain parts or aspects of your life, like they don't realize the amount that they put into your life, the amount of worthness and value that they put into your life just by having a short conversation. I think we've lost that as a society, but that's just the old head of me talking, But yeah, if anybody needs to talk, man, there's plenty of places you can go to. You can talk to me. You can call up any of those depression hotlines and things like that. Talk to any of them, and they'll be there for you if you need it, man.
Okay, listen, Wings. Sometimes we as human beings, we just have to look down when things are tough and look at what we have. I know I'm sounding like a Hallmark card.
What do I fucking have, Keemstar? I have a fucking night full of drama. I have fucking El Presto trying to get big off me by threatening to put the FBI on me. I have one of the biggest channels in the gaming on YouTube trying to shut me down while I'm having one of the worst months of my fucking life. What do I have?
Wings, think about what you just said. You said that you have El Presador trying to get big off of you. Now, do you really believe that? Do you really believe that?
El Presador's a fucking leech.
No. But what I'm saying is, if El Presador is really just trying to get big off you, that is an awesome thing. That's a compliment.
It's not an awesome thing. It hits you all at once, dude. Have you ever? Well, you probably have.
You gotta look at it glass half full, glass half empty. You have so much, and people in this community, look up to you. All right, they do. They do. People in the community actually look up to Wings. Wings has been around for forever, and as much as people battle with you, people do respect you. And admire you. Look at how many people tune into PKA. No offense to Woody, but if you were out of it, it'd be probably like half the people there. What do you think is the biggest thing, Wings, that's missing out of your life right now? What is the root thing that's making you this depressed, I guess? I mean, is there something really missing? Because people look at you from the outside and say, that guy's got a lot,
I don't know. I honestly can't answer that question.
Are you missing the girlfriend? I mean, I know money became a situation, but are you missing that companionship?
No, dude. I've had other girlfriends since Celine. I mean, I can't honestly answer that. I mean, I just don't feel fulfilled. I feel like I'm going nowhere.
About an hour into the livestream, however, the tone shifted dramatically again as El Presador joined by calling Keemstar on the telephone. Though it was often difficult to understand him, it was clear that El Presador was still intent on calling the FBI.
Yeah, but you're too lazy, and I also know that.
In the midst of this, however, Jordy made a remarkably prophetic statement.
Because El Presador is one of the main instigators of my frustration. Like, generally, when I'm feeling bad, he's the person there to try to kick you when you're down.
Why don't you get that he's just a troll, and he says he's trolling you while he's doing it, and you still fight into it? You're feeding him, Wings. You're feeding the troll.
I understand that.
Then why don't you just stop?
Because it's not built into me to stop. It's not.
In the end, however, the drama was resolved.
So, Wings, El Presador, this is a breakthrough moment. El Presador said, let's sweep it under the rug. What do you think, Wings?
That seems like a good idea to me. It seems like a lot of headaches avoided.
Bam.
There you go. Bad Kid Show.
Bam. And give me a free tackling video, man.
Even so, this moment deteriorated the relationships that he had with other content creators even further, as he was already known as a volatile personality. The rest of the stream was dedicated to discussing Jordy's mental state, where he reiterated his desire to stop working as an internet personality.
Okay, I hear like a sound of depression. Can we say that?
I'm not really depressed, though. I mean, as soon as I leave this room, I'm happy. As soon as I forget all of this, I'm happy. That's why I said beforehand, when I was a little more upset, that I know what I need to do. What I need to do is quit YouTube and move on with my life. But at the same time, this is the high point so far in my life. I mean, I'm not gonna say it's gonna be the only high point in my life. It's hard to walk away from having access to 50,000 people. It's hard to walk away from, basically being able to get advice at any time of the day, any day of the week. It's hard to walk away from, being somebody of importance to going back into a world where you're nobody.
Even after alienating so many other creators, his relationship with his friends on the Painkiller Already podcast remained consistent, but this would not last. Over the next year, Jordy quietly continued to produce videos. The longer he continued, however, the fewer views he was receiving on his channel, but this didn't stop him from sharing a woman he had begun dating sometime in August of 2012, named Brandy, whom he had met on a dating website, just as he had Shalene. Compared to Shalene, however, she would feature much less prominently in his content. He also became much more susceptible to radical mood swings. In early 2013, Machinima released him from his contract, and he created a video discussing this, titled Rock Bottom.
I made a few decisions in my life that really crippled me when they dropped me. Because I had like a 3-year contract with Machinima. I signed one. And under the premise of me signing a 3-year contract, I bought things and made obligations that I normally otherwise would not have. So basically my channel's not doing very well. I've been going into the red for February, March, April, May, June, 5 months now. And when I got that week off, it kind of like kick-started a lazy bug in me. And when you start getting lazy, you start laying down, you start sleeping more, you start getting depressed, you start realizing how fat you are, and end up being fat depresses you, and that makes you want to eat. When you eat, you feel depressed, it's just the constant cycle of being a failure. That on top of just the negative comments. People are always like, why do you point and just zero in those negative comments? And like, I just can't help it. I can't. I used to have the skin of an elephant. Back in Modern Warfare 2, maybe Black Ops 1, I could care fuck less what you said about me.
Soon after, however, he joined another company, Full Screen Arcade, but he was making significantly less money from this contract. Around this same time, perhaps attempting to increase viewer retention and income, he began speaking more to YouTube drama, often eschewing the gameplay component of Call of Duty commentary so he could simply talk to the camera in a more normal vlog format. Throughout 2013, his channel would continue in much the same way that it had, trending towards sharing information about his life and speaking his mind on any number of topics, from YouTube drama to national news headlines to his thoughts on the existence of aliens. He would even have a friend record doctors draining a boil after he became infected with MRSA, a sort of drug-resistant staph infection, then upload it to his channel, including a close-up of the bacteria and pus oozing from his skin. Similarly, on Painkiller Already 149, he discussed a rather graphic and personal scene.
So one of the worst feelings I've ever had in my life. I mean, the only other feeling that I could even contemplate with that would be the time I was constipated and the turd went sideways on me.
That doesn't even make sense.
let me tell the story. I had a really bad bout of constipation, and this was when I was on my diet in early 2011. I started doing Slim Fast to replace my lunches. One thing I didn't learn about Slim Fast is it dehydrates you really, really badly. Like, you have to drink a lot of water when you're on Slim Fast when you're replacing his meals, and I didn't do that. So I got dehydrated really bad. I'm talking about 3 or 4 turds deep. Like, it just hurt to walk. So I feared pooping for about a week. So what I did is I ended up going to get a saline enema. And I had my grandma give me a saline enema. And it softened it up enough to pass, but it only got a little bit. So, like, it softened like the first 3/4 of the turd. I get on the toilet, and a saline enema like stimulates the muscles to actually make it come out. So I do it, it goes, and then that little piece, probably about this big, hits it, and turns like that, and it spreads my butthole wide open. I fall off the toilet, and I hit my head onto the wall, and I call out for my grandma. I'm like, you might have to take me to the hospital. But what we ended up doing is she ended up sticking her finger up my butt and mashing the turd up.
Now I know how to ask a question, guys.
But midway through that year, this pattern would see a remarkable short-term change. While recording the Painkiller Already podcast, FPS Kyle proposed a way to help Jordy finally lose weight.
One episode, I threw this at Wings because, you know, he was bemoaning his
Station in life.
Sure. And I said, look, man, come to my house. We'll do a fucking month-long boot camp. We'll get the fans behind it. We'll do a Kickstarter to get you like fitness gear, supplies. You know, we'll film the entire thing. We'll make posters. We'll make coffee mugs. We'll get like a big viewership. Not only will this revive your body, it'll revive your YouTube channel. This will be amazing. Come to my house. I'll take a month out of my schedule. I will devote it to you. We'll do this thing together. It'll be fun. I sort of half-heartedly meant it. I didn't really expect him to ever say yes because of all the things that we told you so far. You know, he doesn't get out of his bubble too much. And then the man said yes.
And this is what I'm talking about. Having straight up shitty fucking friends. That is a shitty person. And if you do this, you're a shitty person too. I'm saying you a shitty person. Don't offer shit that you don't mean to offer. I don't. Like me, I do not. If I offer you something, I mean it. If I'm telling you like, hey, do you need this? And I offer it to you, I'm asking legitimately. This dude's a fucking asshole. Don't ever offer shit to anyone if you don't actually want to freaking do it. Like, why do that? Because what happens when they say yes? Then it's uncomfortable between them. It's uncomfortable between you because you weren't serious about it. And you see this man's in a depressive, like manic state. Like he's a totally different person from how he used to be. The only good thing is that he doesn't talk shit to his freaking subs anymore at this point. But like, why would you do that to someone, man?
What's more, these videos would be hosted on Jordy's channel, where he could collect the advertising revenue. With the plan in place, Kyle prepared for Jordy to move in.
And so that night I was taking a shower in my shower after the show, and I was washing my hair, and I bumped my elbow on the shower wall, and I was like, God, the shower is a little narrow. And then it occurred to me, Wings of Redemption could not fit into my shower. And if he was going to live with me, we would have to put in a new shower. So construction began the next day on a $5,000 shower. we tore out.
Jordy arrived at Kyle's house on October 13th, 2013. In the video updating people on his arrival, he was visibly nervous, bouncing his leg and fidgeting as he spoke. This wasn't surprising. He was a self-admitted homebody, preferring to stay in his mother's mobile home with his grandmother.
It's a really big change in life, and it's a change that kind of makes you feel better about yourself.
On October 31st, the first video was uploaded, with the series titled FPS Boot Camp in all capital letters. The beginning showed Jordy squirming across the floor and pulling himself with a rope.
He is allowed to use his legs. As long as he's moving weight, it's a good thing. Pull, pull.
What became immediately clear, however, was that FPS Kyle had no experience as a personal trainer, and he was using his common knowledge to construct routines for Jordy. At the end of the first day, Jordy filmed himself in the new bathtub that Kyle had installed for him, and somberly reminisced about when he was stronger and lighter.
I was kind of disappointed in myself how I wasn't as strong as I remember myself being. But I guess that's the way most things happen. Is you always feel like you were better at a certain point. Like I find myself remembering, thinking back to when I used to be like 330 pounds, and back then I thought I was really heavy, and like now I'd kill to be 330. Like, oh Lord, that's 110 pounds. You know, and that's exactly what it is at this point. It's 110 pounds, and there's really nothing you can, really nothing that you can do about it. But it's really cool. Like I feel really good that Kyle's helping me out here. I mean, he's being a really good friend doing this, and like
Despite his struggle, the new video performed well, receiving 50,000 views within the first 12 hours. The next day, he discussed more of his hardship with the routine. Apparently, he had also broken the bed that Kyle had let him use.
My microphone, I forgot my headset, the bed I ended up breaking on the first night. They had like a futon bed here, and I felt real bad about that. So,
Even so, his attitude was positive, buoyed by the high view count of the first episode of FPS Boot Camp. In order to help fund Jordy's stay with Kyle, a crowdfunding campaign was created on either November 1st or 2nd, asking for $2,500. According to the comments, this goal was doubled within 24 hours, and by the time the campaign ended, it had raised over $8,000. These videos continued, and ironically, the large amount of support Jordy was receiving was creating significant pressure on him to perform.
It's beyond belief how much support I've been getting through these videos, and like it motivates me. Like when I'm on there. In this video right here, you're seeing me make almost 3 minutes on the elliptical. The entire time I was on the elliptical, I thought about all the people sitting there rooting for me and how I can't fail. And like, failing at this point would be letting everybody down, including myself. And I don't want to fail. And like, I think this year might be the year where I can keep that promise to myself, where I don't want to be overweight on my birthday. I failed last year, but this year might be it. Being overweight might be a stage in my life, and not my entire life.
The FPS Bootcamp videos continued, with significant progress being made. Jordy's mood improved more and more as he continued, bolstered by his significant weight loss.
I'm shedding something like 2.5 to 4 pounds a day, depending on what I do that day and what I eat. And like, it's almost inhuman the way my body is burning fat right now.
What wasn't shown in these videos were Jordy's significant interpersonal and health problems, the latter likely brought on in part by Kyle's lack of knowledge as a nutritionist.
Living with him outside of the workout was one of the most horrible ordeals of my life. That month was one of the worst months of my life because Wings lives within his own bubble. He doesn't socialize, and so he doesn't curtail himself to social norms. Right away, myself, my roommate Kitty, and my girlfriend were in my kitchen, and the bathroom is visible from the kitchen. And we hear this noise of water flowing into more water. And we all look up ponderously, and the bathroom door is agape, and Wings is pissing. And we can see most of him. I couldn't see the penis, nor could he. But he was pissing. And we all and we were all just in shock. And finally my roommate Kitty yelled, "Close the goddamn door! You're pissing with the door open!" She's British, if you can't tell. And we all just bust out laughing. Like, can you believe that? He's like, what? What's the big deal? You know, just taking a piss. And not like I was shitting.
Strong point.
Shitting. When I put him on the FPS Kyle diet, which is a lot of salads and grilled chicken, basically, he didn't shit for a week. He didn't shit for so long. I called the only person who I truly know is a bit of a fitness expert, Joe Lozon, who's a UFC fighter, a man who is literally a fitness expert. He's a professional fighter, professional athlete, big name in the UFC. I'm like, he hasn't shat in 4 days, dude. He's like, what? He hasn't shat in 4 days. What do we do? He's like, well, if 3 or 4 more days go by, you know, it's gonna be a problem. It's already a problem. I think, I'm just picturing the meals that he's taken in. That's still inside him somewhere. He's
stuffing down the musket barrel.
It's like he's overloaded. This, you know, I've seen what happens when you put the wrong ammunition into a gun. It is what are we gonna blow this man's asshole out? That was occurring to me as I pondered over his constipation. And so we're getting him these chia seed drinks from the grocery store, which are supposed to aid in passing, you know, making you regular, making you poop. We're filling his diet with fiber. I believe there was like shredded wheat and chia seed drinks and all of this stuff. And finally, like 7 or 8 days in, I mean, I had to replace the toilet. Not because anything was wrong with it, but just out of principle after he
You
left.
knew what happened in
I knew what had happened there. It was like...
2 weeks into the program, Jordy was beginning to feel discouraged after his weight had plateaued, and he approached Kyle wanting to return home. Kyle was only barely able to convince him to stay for the last 2 weeks. When Jordy arrived back at his mother's mobile home, he seemed ecstatic about the amount of weight he had lost. This inspired him to make a video of himself dropping weights roughly equivalent to the lost weight in order to show what he called the, quote, destructive power that I have taken off my body. Shortly afterwards, he hired a personal trainer named Drew using the extra money left over from the crowdfunding campaign, and he seemed relatively good-natured about it, laughing alongside Drew and poking fun at himself.
Because you put up some decent weight, considering we just got started, you haven't done this in a while. But the endurance there.
He doesn't want to embarrass me. I did 12 reps of 100, and then I went straight to 15 pounds, and I struggled.
However, he also mentioned that he had started struggling with his diet and had gone back to eating high-calorie foods.
And a lot of it's my appetite has slowly been coming back. When I was at Kyle's house, I was isolated. I had people pretty much feeding me. But now since I took over the diet, I've been slipping more and more and more. How are we going to fix this, Drew?
While it's uncertain when these bad habits resumed, this may have been in part because his girlfriend, Brandy, had broken up with him. But while he had taken action to improve his physical health, the health of his friendships had degraded significantly, and this would culminate in an event that would isolate him more than his reclusive lifestyle already had. In March of 2014, during the Painkiller Already podcast, Jordy, Woody, Kyle, and the newer fourth member, Lefty, discussed and considered going on what they called a survival trip, during which they would go out into the wilderness without food, water, or shelter, bringing only some survival implements such as flint and steel, a water purifier, and sleeping bags. Of the four, Woody, Kyle, and Jordy committed to going.
Me, myself, I've always wanted to try these skills out. It's not because I don't really have any of these skills. I have what you call book knowledge. Like, I know how to start a fire. I know how to, differentiate north from other directions. I've watched so many survival shows.
Their preparation was minimal, and Jordy uploaded videos of himself attempting to light a fire using a magnesium starter.
Damn.
They scheduled to leave approximately a month after they had seriously considered the idea in mid-April of 2014. However, Jordy's survival kit was scant, gathering only 2 knives, a walking stick, gloves, boots, and 2 fire starters. By the time he was supposed to leave, he had only expanded this kit with a can of bug repellent and a 3rd fire starter. The compass he bought was broken. Some viewers noticed in his preparation day video there was a bottle of soda in the car, suggesting that he had again been failing in his diet. At last, the day had come for them to go on their survival trip, but immediately, Jordy's compatriots began to sense a problem.
I'm driving in the night before, and I think to myself, hey, let me give old Wings a call, make sure we're all good to go here, because it's Wings. Call him up, say, hey man, get ready to do this thing. I'm driving in now, about 3 hours from the place. What are you up to? You could if you left right now, you'd be here around 11, and you could share this motel room with me. I could get a room with 2 beds or so. He's like, I'm not going. What do you mean? I'm not coming. When were you going to tell me? I'm telling you right now. What the? So I call. I text Woody. I'm like, he's not fucking going. He's not fucking going. And so Woody gets on the phone with him. Woody tries to talk, and I'm thinking like Woody's going to talk him into this. I'm still driving with this idea. Woody will talk him into this. Woody's a great motivational speaker when he needs to be, and I'm sure Woody was filling him with
compilations of me telling Wings, like, if you want to be an extraordinary person, you have to do extraordinary things.
Be a winner, not a loser. Be a doer, not a don'ter.
Very Henry Rollins-esque, yeah.
Yeah, this sort of talk, and he just doesn't fucking come. He just doesn't fucking come. And it's now it's just me and Woody in the woods. Now it's just kind of weird.
It got gay.
It got a little gay. It's like I hope nobody.
On April 14th, he uploaded a video attempting to defend his decision, though his confidence in his defense was weak enough for him to disable likes and dislikes.
obviously I didn't go to the PK survival trip today. And I seen people tell me like, oh, why don't you go now? Go now. Do it. Dude, that's not an option. And the reason I didn't tell them ahead of time is mainly because I didn't want to basically start the trend up before and have them try to talk me out of it. Because I'd already made my mind up. I wasn't going to go. I didn't want to deal with it. You think I want to be this person? You think I wanted to make a decision where, you know, it could be meaning the end of my channel or the end of friendships? Do you think I want to be like on the outs with Kyle and Woody? No, I don't. But the fact is, I got to the point emotionally where I was willing to risk my channel never rebounding. I was willing to risk my friendship with Kyle and Woody because I was afraid of this trip.
And you know what's the craziest part about this? Like, think about whenever he first started his channel, bro. He never had like even if he did have these mental health issues, they were underlying, but they didn't come out until his insecurities after he gained money started happening, man. Like, this dude literally let the money change him. Now that he's not getting as many views, he's not making as much money. Look at how quiet he is now. Look at how reserved. Like, he doesn't sit there talking crap about people. He doesn't talk about how much he makes compared to other people. He's just shut down now. Like, he just doesn't have any like key or point of existence now. Like, man, dude, to take like someone who was just a normal guy, and then that normal guy turns into this freaking just dude that just does not stop or shut up about the type of like, you know, I guess his resume. He starts talking about his resume all the time, and now he's just, I mean, he got it back whenever he started working out, but man, he really should have stayed and just kept working at himself, and he'd be way more happier with his image.
And that right there should speak volumes of where I was at mentally.
The comments were almost universally derisive, criticizing him for his cowardice and for his numerous excuses. The Next Painkiller Already podcast was filmed shortly after Woody and Kyle returned, and Jordy was conspicuously absent. In place of his avatar was a small tombstone, and for the most part, they avoided talking about him.
Yes, I suppose we should talk about the elephant in the room.
Yeah, so we've decided, it was a group decision, we decided that Wings of Redemption wasn't going to continue with us. You know, he's having a hard time, and he's made some decisions that we didn't feel were so friendly, so for the time being.
While the comments showed a strong dissatisfaction with the decision, the hosts were not swayed, and it became clear that they had no intention of inviting Jordy back for the foreseeable future. While Woody had refrained from speaking on the matter, Jordy's attitude on Twitter pushed him to discuss it in a video he released on May 30th, a month and a half after the trip, in which he seemed visibly hurt by what Jordy had said about him and Kyle.
The core of it is he says like these guys were, that the PKA crew were never friends to him, that we never called him, we didn't share, you know, the money with him and things like that, and that frustrates me because it's a lie. And that's kind of why he's gone, because it was this constant backstabbing, this constant taking shots at him. Every time he fell into some sort of slump or got grumpy or whatever, he would lash out at all the people that were close to him. The truth is, like, if you follow Wings on Twitter, you know that sometimes he'll just go off about all his personal problems and put that on Twitter. And I would be the guy that texted him or called him and tried to sort of work it out. I was the guy that held his Twitter account to sort of back off on that a little bit. When obviously he said that he was going to rape my daughter, rape my wife after he kicked my ass, and he called Colin retarded 100 times. And Wings donated money to that guy because he thought it would make him look good. Wings gave search engine optimization tips when people were attacking Colin. Like the list is long, man. Oh, remember Wings went on Keemstar's podcast and said that we never gave him any of the money from the show. Why would he say that? I have taken so much undeserved shit for stuff like that. And now if you follow him, he says he just lost a third of his income. Right. To say that we were never his friends is not fair. We would do so much for him. We tried to help him so often. I want the best for Wings. I really do. But I can't have him in my life anymore because he's been so terrible to me and my family. And has done nothing to ever make up for it. I mean, people make mistakes, but this is a guy who talks without thinking and has a policy of never apologizing. And when you combine that, you get a guy that just takes and takes and never gives. And either you get some help so that you can deal with this and compartmentalize the hate and push it to the side, or you reorganize your life so that you don't get this kind of hate anymore. Because what you have now, it's not working for you, man. You're spiraling down, and you need to be on your way up. That's where it is. But you know, for my participation, I mean, I feel like I'm the lifeguard, and you've been trying to pull me under for 5 years, and after a while, you know, the debt's paid.
As Jordy continued to upload videos, his viewership dwindled further. Attempting to buoy his view count, he utilized clickbait titles for his videos and would comment on national news and drama, even talking about an incident when Chris Chan pepper sprayed a GameStop employee. He would also upload videos of himself playing games besides competitive first-person shooters, but these would consistently underperform, with some of them never reaching more than 10,000 views. He struggled maintaining his workout routine and diet, halting and then restarting both multiple times. His personal trainer, Drew, would occasionally cameo to talk about Jordy's progress, his goals, and the workouts he was doing, but Jordy's attitude had turned dour.
You know, this week Brandy, I don't know if you guys remember Brandy, but Brandy was my last girlfriend. She basically went into a relationship with another guy, and it's like, man, that shit sucks, dude. As you can see my luck firsthand, like if I didn't have bad luck, I'd have no luck at all. Jordan family motto.
By this point, Keemstar had turned Drama Alert from an occasional Twitter post to a full show, and on October 2nd, 2014, a post that Jordy made was featured.
I've played with the idea of waiting my money out and shooting myself in the head. I even bought a hollow point bullets to do it with.
As Jordy continued to struggle, he would occasionally post to his social media about thoughts of suicide, such as in a Facebook post on October 13th, 2014, that read in part, quote, "I don't joke around about stuff like that. I don't want to kill myself, and you don't kill yourself for attention, you do it to escape pain. Life was and still is a huge disappointment full of pain." Attached to the post was a picture of a package of bullets. Hoping to rebuild his career, he started a new podcast in February of 2015 titled The Podcast Show, which surprisingly featured White Boy 7th Street, one of those who had joined for Keemstar's stream a few years prior. However, as the months continued, this show would lose viewership as well, dipping from 40,000 views to 13,000 by August. This reflected an overall trend on his channel. That same month also saw his Let's Plays sometimes netting less than 3,000 views. All of this was in spite of his subscriber count of approximately 450,000, which had decayed from 510,000. Even his videos which featured FPS gameplay would struggle to pass 15,000 views, while others would never reach it. By this point, it was clear that Jordy would not be rejoining the regular Painkiller Already hosts, though he would still be invited occasionally for uneventful discussion. As he lost motivation, he would both upload and stream less, continuing into 2016.
Because around January 2013, I stopped trying as hard. I was worn out. I was posting 3 videos a day. I was doing the most I could, and my entire life revolved around numbers. What killed my channel was me. I pretty much killed my channel because I allowed myself to become so obsessed with money that I never took time out to enjoy myself, and it molded me into a person that I didn't like.
Attempting to explain himself, he released a video on August 26th, 2016 called "I'm Going to the Doctor."
So, you might be asking me like, well, Jordy, what are you up to lately? You don't really do YouTube that often. You know, you stream rarely. The last couple of years I've developed this thing called anxiety, and I never used to have it. but now it hits me in waves. Like
As 2017 came, his uploads continued to dwindle along with his viewership, and this coincided with an increase in his weight again. Where he had once been approximately 380 pounds, he now was approximately 470 pounds, and he was beginning to complain about his back pain more. He had been discussing bariatric surgery as a method to reduce his weight for many years, but as his weight continued to increase, this surgery grew more and more appealing, and he soon began to see it as the only way to improve his life, believing that he could not have any job besides making gaming content at his current weight. What's more, another aspect of his financial situation was slowly coming to be known. For some time, Jordy had been paying for his mother's mortgage on the modular home. She had promised Jordy that once he was finished paying it for her, she would give it to him. He had even boasted that he had made the last payment on the mortgage in a video on October 23, 2014. But at some point, once the mortgage was paid off, she went back on her word, and instead of giving the house over to Jordy, she took out a second mortgage and promised Jordy that this time, once he had paid off the new mortgage, he would receive the house, and so he continued to pay. Despite these payments, his credit rating was still incredibly low because instead of paying them directly, he was transferring money into his mother's bank account every month. Recognizing that his YouTube channel was likely not worth pursuing much longer, he changed his focus to Twitch, choosing to rely on live streams more than videos. According to himself, in 2016, he would average anywhere between 250 to 400 viewers at a time. However, he quickly gained a reputation for being aggressive and volatile, both towards those with whom he was playing and his own viewers, banning people for minor infractions or saying things he disagreed with. One person from Reddit noted in 2017 that, quote, "When I left YouTube, he said he was going to lose weight, but he is fatter than ever. Not only that, but he is meaner than ever. He talks to his viewers like shit. One guy genuinely offered to teach him how to properly play Rainbow Six, which Wings was struggling at, and Wings told him, 'If you keep backseat gaming, I'm gonna fucking block you.' Then he told a 36-month subscriber that he hopes their parents die in a car wreck because the kid beat him in a 1v1. Keep in mind, this is a 30-year-old man."
I'm just trolling you, chill. It's not hey, whatever. I hope your family dies in an automobile wreck. What?
On top of this, he seems very depressed now. He spends every stream just constantly bitching about how he doesn't get enough viewers to support his fat, lazy, degenerate lifestyle. It makes me feel unwanted as a fan. He also complains and gets very angry literally every time he dies. I've never heard Wings admit he got outplayed. It's always outside forces that cause him to die in-game, whether it be lag, OP weapons, bad teammates, etc. It's literally never his fault. I even saw him throw a controller at his TV out of anger. Also, his shirt was dirty. It looked like he hadn't showered in 3 days, and he was greasy. I really hope he can find it within himself to get his life together. He also said that he had a gun in his hand, was considering killing himself because he wasn't getting the Twitch viewers he feels he deserves, and if he can't make a living off of video games, then he doesn't want to live. He legit said that shit. But soon, due to a quirk of YouTube's algorithm, he would again attract attention and viewership of an entirely different kind.
Joke's on them. If they join one more time, I'm going back online and I'm stacking a team up.
On November 16th, 2017, a YouTube user going by Sean Ranklin posted a video titled, "Wings of Redemption gets stream sniped and loses it." Up to this point, people had learned that they could annoy Jordy by joining his games and harassing him, much to the amusement of many of those watching. During one stream,
I just want to say, bro, like, I already know this is gonna be freaking terrible. This is gonna be bad, man. I can already tell, like, if he was pissed off before, like, man, I can't imagine the amount of venom he's finna spew from his mouth because he got freaking stream sniped. Like, that's the worst thing ever for like a YouTuber. Like, you straight up are just playing the game, normal legit. I got the hiccups. Playing the game, normal legit, and somebody just has their screen up, literally seeing where you are, what you're doing at all times, so that they can easily take you out, bro. That is, man. And that was rough. Also, how can he say to a kid, "I hope your parents die in an automobile accident"? Like, I hope your family dies in honor. Like, who says that? Like, I've seen that in YouTube comments and stuff. Like, that is just, he's literally he's a walking YouTube comment. And I see why people made a meme of him.
He was apparently having difficulty controlling his temper, reacting more strongly than usual, and Sean Ranklin created a compilation showcasing this.
Come the fuck on, man. Real talk. Dude, shut the fuck up, dude. You're a little kid. Webby, fucking leave, dude. Like, if somebody could give me like their information, like their name, their address, the number.
Now I've had rage moments, and I'll upload like the ones that aren't like bad or anything. Which actually I haven't had any that were that severe. When you have rage that severe, you do not need to be fucking playing video games. You don't. I'm telling you right now, like, I don't give a fuck who fuck you if it pisses you off. I do not care. You do not need to be freaking having rage moments like that. If you do, you need counseling. You need therapy. It is a video. You're going to respond in freaking 10 seconds. If you don't like it, turn the game off. Take a break. Do something else. Watch TV. Watch a funny movie. Go outside. Breathe the fresh air. But if you were having breakdowns like that, you got to stay away from me with that energy, man. You got to stay away from anyone with that energy. Because, like, those are the worst kind of people. I remember there was this one guy who was playing video games. And I remember I used to go over and play games with him and stuff like that. And he always wanted to play specifically Mario Kart. And because he knew he was freaking fantastic at it. But as soon as we popped in freaking other games, like, I'd start whooping his behind. And I'd see him on the side, like getting pissed off. And freaking, I remember I told him I'm gonna grab a drink from the refrigerator. I said, you want me to grab you one too? Because it was his place, but I asked him since I headed down there anyways. We were real cool. Usually, like anyone else, I wouldn't just walk down to their fridge, you know. But he's like, yeah, man, grab me a freaking Coke while you're down there. I'm like, all right, cool. I go downstairs and his wife comes up and freaking, she's like, how's it going up there? I was like, oh, it's going good. You know, he getting mad because I'm whooping his behind at it. She was like, he started throwing a tantrum yet? I was like, I mean, he's getting a little mad. He's like banging the controller and stuff like that. She's like, yeah, that's not even as bad as he usually gets. It's like, what do you mean? She was like, usually whenever I play with him, because she's better than him at Mario Kart. And she said, yeah, whenever I beat him, he gets mad and like throws a controller and like leaves the room and he doesn't want to talk for the rest of the day. And I'm just like, what? After that, like, it was so uncomfortable. I took the drinks back up. As soon as I finished my drink, I was literally like, hey, man, I'm going to head out. And he was like, oh, really? I was like, yeah, I'm good, man. I'm going to head out. I freaking headed out. I never noticed that behavior before, but, like, just hearing about that, just seeing his actions right then, because he couldn't do anything to me. I'm bigger than him. I'm like twice his freaking size, but almost. But freaking like just seeing his behavior and how erratic that is, to me, that's terrible. And that's a sign, like, you need to chill, man. You need to take a break. By the way, they're divorced. I'm just letting you know, they're divorced. So
how I can get in contact with these guys, I would really like to know, because, like, I'm seriously considering suing them. No, they're joining through recent players. Look here! Look, listen! Appearing offline does not fucking stop it. So stop giving fucking advice you know nothing about. I'm banning anybody trying to give me advice. Real talk. Alright, guys. I give up. I don't know when I'll stream again. I really need to make this fucking money. I really wanted to get this fucking surgery, man. I wanted it so fucking bad. I just can't do it. I can't take this shit no more, man. All I wanted to do was, like, I was fucking lonely. I wanted to just fucking stream and have a good time. Maybe have a good game. I hate my life.
Again, look at this. This is the same man who sits here talking about like he doesn't care about what other people think. Like he does not give a damn what other people think. He said he don't give a shit what other people think. And look at him. He's the same man, broken down, crying. Because someone was stream sniping him. Not only that, but because other people were trying to give him advice on what he could do to stop them. Like, you talking about you want to have a good time. Man, join another lobby. Join a lobby that has people in it already. Or start the recording once you start your game. That way, anyone that wants to join in, they can't. It's too late. Or set up a team of players that you usually play with. Have a set group of people that you know don't do that crap.
Sorry. I'm so sorry.
This video quickly went viral, and as of today, it has 1.4 million views. With the success of this first video, Sean would continue creating highlight videos of Jordy's streams, focusing on perceived faults in his character. The success of Sean Ranklin's channel encouraged similar compilation channels, and over the months, more and more would appear, combing through his streams to find moments that they found particularly egregious or of entertainment value. References to these videos would begin to populate his stream chat, especially memorable phrases from Sean's first upload, such as "look here, look, listen," and variations on "ban anyone who tries to give me advice." He would audibly order his mods to ban anyone who used certain terms or said certain things, but these bans were easily circumvented with new accounts.
Look at that bullshit, dude. Fuck! I put so many hours into Rainbow Six, and all I've done is lose viewers. I lost 5 subscribers while playing Rainbow Six. 5. I was struggling to keep 150 views. I'm almost at 300 on a game I fucking hate. It's a game I fucking hate, dude. I detest this game. This game makes me hate fucking life. It really does. And motherfuckers that come in here just to watch this shit, I hate you too. I literally do. I wish you just wouldn't show up so I didn't have to play this shit. So like, it would just fail like Rainbow Six.
With pressure now coming from viewers looking to antagonize him, Jordy continued to lean more and more heavily onto the idea that some form of bariatric surgery would improve and even fix his life. On December 2nd, 2017, he posted a video to his channel to solicit opinions from his viewership. He noted that he was considering multiple kinds of surgery, but more importantly, he had yet to decide where he would receive it. If he chose America, it would cost in excess of $25,000, but if he went to the Mexico Bariatric Center, the total cost would be closer to $6,000, and since his income had decreased significantly over the years, the latter was proving the more favorable.
Like, this surgery scares me to shit. But like, I'm at a point in my life where it's like, I'm 31. I got nothing going for me other than like a Twitch and YouTube channel. And like, I'm chronically unhappy with my entire life. And like, I hate video games. Like, there's no joy left in them. Like, I do them, I've been doing them, I've had to play them for like 10 hours a day for 10 years. This is $3,995. I have that money now. I literally have that money now. Part of me gets excited thinking about it, that by the summer of next year, I might not be a fat dude anymore. If I go this route, I could pursue things outside the house that I normally wouldn't do. I'd have better energy. I wouldn't be a slave to food. I wouldn't be a prisoner of my own body anymore. I might be able to find a loving relationship that will last, and not people that will give up on me because I can't be as mobile or as active as a boyfriend needs to be.
Even so, the failure rate of the Mexican doctor was significantly higher than that of the American doctor. Soon, he began soliciting donations for the surgery during his streams in the event he chose to get it in America. As he floundered on which doctor to visit, the most dedicated among the new group of detractors would congregate in servers hosted on Discord with names such as Whale Watchers and Sean Ranklin fans, and soon, at least one had in excess of 1,000 members. What was perhaps more remarkable was that when Jordy became aware of these Discord servers, he requested to join them so that he could have a discussion with their denizens, and many people eagerly obliged his request for conversation. It appears that this meeting took place in early 2018, recorded and uploaded by WingsTings in a video edited to highlight what they found to be the most interesting parts.
You wouldn't make videos that just trash me unmercifully. You guys have kept me up crying so many nights. People said, videos being made, and the fact is, like, you're going to hurt my chances to get a job later on in life. Why do you feel the need to pick on me, though? Like, seriously, like,
Wings, I'll be brutally honest with you, right? The only reason that these channels exist is because you react.
Because I react, but I can't stop reacting. I'm never going to stop reacting. It's part of my
Don't get me wrong, I'm not justifying like what they did, but that is the only reason that they exist, is because he reacted so volatilely. I don't even know if I said that right, but because he's acting that way, like, that's literally why channels are beaming in.
Personality. The fact is, like, how am I supposed to move on if you guys keep creating things?
Ignore it.
You can't ignore it. You can't ignore it, dude.
You can ignore it. You can.
We're just fans, man.
Just take the videos down. Just delete the channels.
Can't take this shit no more, man.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
You're fucking asshole. You're an asshole. You realize that? You're making fun of an honest reaction, dude. Like you in real life, I really do. I would beat your fucking teeth in. I would beat your fucking teeth in, dude. I really would.
Threaten, man. Come on.
You don't doubt that. What are you gonna do to me? What are you gonna do to me? What are you gonna do? Put your bitch ass in the kneecap. That's what I'd do.
Oh,
I'd
come on,
incapacitate you, and then I'd beat you with the fucking pistol grip until your teeth fell out your head. I hate you. Me so fucking much, dude. Like, literally. Like, I've done nothing to you guys. I've done literally zero to you. You're not helping me. You're motherfucker sitting online right now with like a picture of me with like tears on his face. You're sitting at a channel dedicated to me. Your whole YouTube channel is dedicated to me. You have a shrine of how much you worship me. All you do is...
In the end, little came of this meeting for Jordy besides further ridicule. But besides making new enemies, he would quite suddenly encounter an old one. During one of his live streams in early 2018, he noted, quote, "I don't like Keemstar. I want nothing to do with him. If I had my way and I could will it, I wish he would get in a car wreck. I literally do. He's the only person I can think of right now that I wish would literally die."
I'm dead serious. Like, if somebody deserved to die on this planet, Daniel King would be one of them. That's dead serious. Like, if you wanted to do Sharia law, Daniel King should be one of the first people to die and have his hands chopped off. He's a despicable person, and that is word to your mother truth right there.
Shortly afterward, Keemstar would upload a video voicing his displeasure upon learning of this comment.
I laughed my ass off, and Blade laughed his ass off, and Overflow laughed his ass off, and the more I thought about it, the laughter just turned into anger. I'm mad. Now, should I be mad? No. Wings is known for saying dumb, stupid shit and is never held accountable for his words. So, yeah, I shouldn't be mad, but I am. And the reason why I'm mad is because Wings said that I'm evil. I'm the most evil person that he's ever met. But then went on to say that I should die. He went on to say that I should die. You have 1 hour to agree with a fucking debate with me, or I'm taking this to Twitch staff, and they're going to decide whether or not it was a death threat or not. I'm not playing any games. I'm not a...
The two would confront each other once again in a live stream, during which they would attack and insult each other, enumerating how each of them had somehow wronged the other or had committed morally reprehensible actions over the years. But this time, where Jordy once had been in a position of power, he was now much weaker in terms of influence.
All that clip simply states is, I don't like who you are as a person. And in my personal experience, you're one of the worst people I've ever met. Like, on a moral standpoint.
So many times. I tried to help you so many times. I got you involved with the Billionaires Challenge thing.
How about
right?
after the Billionaires Challenge, where you and Blade decided to sit there and make fun of me and call me a retard, saying that you hope Wings continues to make videos forever so you can laugh at me? What about that?
But that's the strongest thing you have going for you. I mean, Wings things.
What about the lie you just said just a while ago, where you said you're wing tings? What about you're not wing tings?
And I'll tell you what, Wing Tings is entertaining. And you know why it's entertaining? Because it's all your fuck-ups. Like you crying and you being upset. That is the most entertaining thing about you. I'm sorry, Wings, but it is. It always has been.
And I'm trying to use that to better myself. I got this surgery. I'm gonna get the surgery done. I'm gonna shed one of my biggest catalysts in my entire life, hopefully. Hopefully I can find the strength to do that.
As these streams with Jordy tended to go, he began speaking about his own personal anxieties and struggles.
And like, I don't have, like, I'm not in the case where I'm like, just a dude that's like 250 pounds, like, oh, this didn't work out, let me fall back on my metallurgy fucking degree. Well, it's not a degree, but like job, like my metallurgy job. Right? I can't do that. I'm 450-pound land monster that has entrophied muscles. Like, what the future for me, if I stop this at this point in time, is to go telemarket or work at some kind of call center, or cut movie tickets or something like that. Which is, that's a good living for a lot of people, but like, it's not what I want for me. Right? And like,
This is so boring. You're literally giving me the like victim card, sad card stuff.
Whatever you want to call it, man. Like, the fact is,
why don't you just stop being a victim? Why don't you just stop being a victim? All right. I'm sorry. I'm getting loud and angry.
I'm trying to stop being
a victim.
I'm trying to stop being a victim. Why do you think I'm working toward bettering myself?
I'm gonna give you real advice. This is real advice. All right. %. This is like not Keemstar. This is Dan Keem talking to Jordy.
Mm-hmm.
You have been doing this for a very long time. And as you do this online internet stuff, what happens with your health and your happiness? Nothing. All right? The only way you are ever going to be happy, honestly, is by quitting the internet.
Around this time, Jordy seemed to have made up his mind about getting bariatric surgery, believing that it was the only way that he feasibly could lose weight. While he was still considering both America and Mexico as options, he learned that the American doctor would refuse to perform the operation unless he could reduce his weight to 400 pounds. While Jordy would sometimes share his weight, viewers were consistently dubious about his honesty, as he had a history of bending the truth. For example, in 2013, while recording a podcast, he had claimed that he had been shot in the leg after shouting at a man breaking into his mother's car, but he would later admit that this scenario was a fabrication. In this case, he claimed to be 460 pounds. He also revealed that he was prescribed a medication called Lexapro, an antidepressant used to control the effects of anxiety. But almost immediately after he stated his intentions, his life would undergo a sudden and violent interruption. On March 6th, only 2 days after the video about his bariatric surgery, he uploaded a video entitled, "So, I Got Swatted," which shows his stream with an empty chair and the sounds of a SWAT team in the background. At one point, a SWAT team member walks in front of the camera for a short time. During this video, they ask who might have called in the team, and Jordy can be overheard giving a particular compilation channel name. This came shortly after the high-profile case of Andrew Finch, who was killed in a swatting incident, and in light of this development, Wingstings deleted their channel, citing their discomfort with the troll community. Unsurprisingly for onlookers, Jordy was unable to lose the weight in the time frame he had set for himself, and so he committed to getting the surgery in Mexico, though the ponderous way he went about planning it made onlookers dubious about his resolve. In the meantime, new channels were appearing that copied Sean Ranklin's style of highlighting moments from Jordy's streams. What's remarkable about these highlights, however, is that they would not only highlight his moments of rage and frustration, but also genuinely humorous moments, creating a surprisingly broad view of Jordy. However, the comments would reveal the most prevalent reason for viewers to watch these videos, as did the donation messages, such as one that read, quote, "Can you call your grandma? I have a turd stuck up my ass and I need help getting it out." People would tease him with his verbal tics, such as real talk, look here, and big ups, as well as frequently quoting Sean Ranklin's first video. They would also come up with numerous names for him. For example, upon discovering documentation that someone had at least once lived at Jordy's address by the name of Richard, people began to suspect that this was Jordy's legal first name. While this rumor proved untrue, calling Jordy Richard clearly upset him, and so people began calling him variations of it, with one common comment becoming "Big Ups Liquid Richard." They also began teasing him for his love of Wendy's chili and microwaved banquet meals, which he would occasionally eat on stream. By this point, he had become openly vocal about the reason he continued to stream.
The only way I play this game is in hopes to get donations and subscriptions. Like that's the only reason I'm playing it.
In a somewhat surprising turn of events, the members of the Painkiller Already podcast began discussing Jordy as well, speculating whether or not he would receive the surgery for which he had pined for years. Most notably, on April 21st, the Painkiller Already podcast hosted content producer Mr. Medicare, and a significant portion of the episode was dedicated to Woody and Kyle describing Jordy and his numerous misadventures, told with a derisive and comedic zeal. Sean Ranklin, using a quote from Kyle, released a video on March 22, 2018, in which he describes a scene from one of Jordy's streams that he had seen highlighted from one of the compilation channels.
I was watching a stream clip the other day, and it was probably the darkest thing I'd ever seen in Wings' stream before. And he went and produced a photograph, a framed picture, and he was like, "This is me when I weighed, I want to say 240 pounds, and something happens. Something deep happened." He was just like a loss of hope. Like there was a moment where he was like, "That's where I was, and this is where I am." It was a dark moment. But then he started eating his banquet meal, and that perked us right back up, because he chews like a dog, you know, just chomp, chomp, swallow, chomp, chomp, swallow, and that banquet meal's gone. And then when he was done with it, he starts scraping up all the gravy with the fork and like getting all the juices that were in the bottom of the plastic tray. And we're just like, this is not a diet.
Jordy continued to engage with the so-called troll discords as well, but with one important difference. He would stream at least some of these interactions on Twitch, such as one instance which Sean Ranklin uploaded onto their channel. Immediately upon joining, people began teasing him with well-known quotes.
I'm only going to talk, and it's only going to be civilized. If you guys play clips like you're doing right now, if you try to be funny, if you try to do any meme shit, I leave instantly, and I stop talking.
While it's not certain precisely how many people joined, it quickly devolved into people talking over one another.
Yo, what's up?
Shout out to Sean Ranklin.
Let me fucking leave, dude.
Wait.
All right, one more time, one more meme, and I'm out. Just to let you guys know.
Despite his threats to leave, he found himself unable for some time.
I'm getting the fucking surgery, dude. I'm getting it.
Okay, buddy. Yeah, all right, I'm sure.
Okay.
You're Liquid Richard.
You can go. All right, I'm out. By the way, whoever just did that, I'm out. I'm getting.
Yeah, I want you to. Yeah, I'm out. I'm looking here. I'm looking. Listen, all right.
You see, Wayne, you're too scared to face your own reality.
I'm getting the fucking surgery, dude. Here's the truth. Here's the truth about my life, right? I'm 460 pounds. I'm 460 pounds. My grandma can't take care of me the rest of her life, and she's I don't know how much longer she's gonna live. So like, if I don't get this surgery,
There's nobody there for me in life. So if I get bedridden, guess what? I'm pretty much fucked. So I have to get the surgery. There is nothing to do with it. You see how you act, dude? Like, seriously.
You're a little kid. Shut the fuck up.
Little kid, you just went.
Alright, Jordy, we'll move on. Alright, look here. Look, listen.
I'm not fighting Keemstar. I'm not going on PK. Here's what I'm most likely going to do. I'm most likely just going to quit, and you're going to lose your toy.
Saying you're going to
How about that guy?
You know why I won't? You know I haven't quit yet. Why don't I have the balls to quit? I have enough money to pay my house off and the surgery and do everything I need to do.
You fucking cry on stream for money. You don't have the balls.
I haven't cried on stream for money in a long time. Listen, shut up. Let me speak a fucking sentence without people interjecting.
This is gonna be on Twitter tomorrow.
It doesn't matter. Here's the thing. The only reason I let me talk. Mute them.
Shout out Urban.
Look, even your own things. That's ridiculous.
The Painkiller Already subreddit would also be used as a place for those interested in Jordy to congregate, occasionally criticizing him and pointing out inconsistencies in some of his claims. For example, on May 28th, someone with particular interest in him created a long Reddit post in which they detailed why they believed he had lied about scheduling his surgery in Mexico. Of note was the fact that this person had tested Jordy's honesty by applying for bariatric surgery at the same location. Where Jordy had claimed that it took some time to be scheduled, this person claimed that, in his experience, the clinic offered to schedule the surgery as soon as he paid the $500 deposit. Jordy would discuss this mounting scrutiny during his streams.
Not to mention, I'm scared to fucking death of the surgery. I'm scared of it. Who do I get to talk to about it? Nobody. Because if I talk about anything, on everything, there's a video made about it, and there's 20,000 people laughing at me, or there's a podcast with 100,000 viewers making fun of me, calling me a fucking idiot. What is there? It's like, seriously, what is there? What do I do this for a privilege for? Like, seriously, about a privilege to fucking sleep all goddamn day, play the same fucking games over and over and over again, to feel like shit, to realize nobody's ever gonna fucking love me? Like, what is the privilege that I fucking get? No, I don't got any friends, dude. I spend my entire life sitting in this fucking room.
By this point, he also had begun taking his Lexapro despite his initial reservations.
Like, I'm not off Lexapro. This is coming through Lexapro. Because I'm always stressed out. Like y'all motherfuckers give me so much anxiety. Anxiety meds aren't even working for me right now. I'm a fat dude. I'm going to cheat. It's going to happen. One of the reasons I'm getting this surgery is I'm trying to buy willpower. I'm trying to fuck myself up so badly that if I cheat, I'm going to vomit. And I'm going to throw up. And my body will reject food to the point that I force myself to learn a new way.
Soon after this stream, he would take to the Reddit thread and admit that the creator of the thread was correct. He had indeed not yet paid the deposit due to nervousness over the procedure. On June 16th, the members of the Painkiller Already podcast were discussing the likelihood of Jordy actually scheduling and receiving the surgery.
So, wing surgery is quickly approaching.
I may lose $5. I'm starting to think that he's telling the truth on this.
Yeah, get ready to dole that out. I would like it in doubloons.
I saw on his subreddit.
He breaks out the happy pills, and so I don't watch his streams very much, but the highlight videos, I swear I haven't even subscribed to any of the highlight video channels, but because I watch them all, YouTube knows that I secretly want to and keeps suggesting them from me. And yeah, he takes it and he's just like, shake it.
On June 28, 2018, Jordy posted pictures of himself in a hospital gown to his Twitter feed, and soon he was back in his mother's modular home. He had opted for a surgery called a vertical sleeve gastrectomy, in which approximately 90% of the stomach is removed. Almost immediately, he began to question his decision.
Like, I wanted my life to be so much different after the surgery, and it's not really.
It's not. Like, I just text just like 20 minutes ago and canceled the plans I had for today because I'm going to have to stream again today to try to keep my subs up. And, you know, like, I'm stuck in the same routine again where it's like I'm fucking here. And like right now, like I'm so sick of sitting in chairs. That's the reason I bought this chair today on a whim. Like I'm so sick of like my body hurting for sitting in chairs because I'm so big. And like I want to lose weight faster than I'm losing weight right now. And I'm not doing everything I could be doing to help that alone. Like I'm not.
He continued to stream, and in part due to his new antidepressants, he had stopped reacting with such explosive anger as he once had, though he still would often read troll donations aloud before realizing what they were, or simply out of exasperation. It's also possible that he recognized how much of his income was coming from these troll donations, and he wanted to encourage them to a certain degree.
Art of Redemption, draw me like one of your banquet meals, you sexy man. I want to get Kumdon? Oh. How many months do you have left to you? I don't have HIV, man. Hey, Carbine PPSH. Wow, you're really fat. That's cool. Let's do the donation rundown. Trailer Park of Redemption donated 1. I can respect that one. What? The guy goes, I donate, but since I'm in Great Britain, it's in pounds, and you obviously don't need no more of those. Bob Gnarly. What's cool, I know you're a lazy fucking bum who doesn't want to work because I'm also 406 pounds, yet I still work 60 hours a week doing manual labor. Get a job, you parasite.
However, while few developments were occurring post-surgery for Jordy, the community around him would begin experiencing significant upheavals, some of which were revealed publicly. In early 2019, a man named Joshua Moon, best known as Null, the owner and operator of the Kiwi Farms, hosted a stream in which he discussed the history of Jordy. The most surprising part of his stream wasn't the section about Jordy himself, but rather the troll community that had built around him.
And my rabbit hole into this world started with asking a question. Who is Lean? And the answer I got to that question was... ha 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 lol, you mad bro, ha 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 ha, mad bro, mad, piss, pisses on shithead, piss, ha ha ha, piss, psis, lamau, ha ha ha, ha ha ha, lol, piss. And that, my friends, is the fucking moment I decided, holy shit, these people are fucking crazy. These people are fucking nuts. This is not just some random fucking faggot from their Discord. This is a trusted user. There's like 12 of these people. It's a Discord with like 1,000 motherfuckers, and this motherfucker is at the tippy top. He's up there in the upper echelons of the trolldom. This shit. When I was in there asking people about Lean, a couple days after I spoke to Lean, people are like, well, you know, he started to monetize his videos. I'm like, oh, is that it? And they're like, no, he makes him look positive in his videos. Well, fucking goddamn, that sounds awful. Let's look at this. Let's look at one of these DS positive videos that Lean put out on Wings of Redemption.
It's fucking stupid. Like, all their fucking effort, they still couldn't stop me from going 40-10. After all their fucking effort, they still couldn't do it.
And this is what pisses them off. In his videos, if Wings of Redemption gets trolled the fuck out but still ends up 40-10 with a 4-1 KD, a very, very good score, he'll include it in his highlight clips. And that is verboten. It is not allowed. If he does well in the video game, you cut that shit out. You leave that on the clipping floor.
Soon after, he reveals that apparently, Lean claimed to a troll server that he had hired people to gather the personal information of everyone present in it. After trying to talk to the people in the troll server, Null was banned, and the owners completely purged the chat logs of the entire channel in order to prevent Joshua from gathering information and taking screenshots of the conversation. But this wasn't the only piece of infighting that was occurring. Some months later, on July 3rd, the Wings of Redemption subreddit's Discord server was, quote, given a holy cleansing. One of the moderators of the subreddit wrote that, quote, The server has fallen down a manhole of noxious biohazard shit, and it all started with Road banning users for having different political opinions in favor of keeping user SodaSweet as a mod, who was a guy with children that was sending and receiving nudes from another user by the name of 3PM, who was another bloke that enjoyed cross-dressing and posing as a female. End quote. He went on to describe the arguments and fights that members would have there, specifically attacking the head admin on the server. As the troll community fought among itself, Jordy continued his habit of Twitch streaming, maintaining a view count between 300 and 700 consistently, with irregular donations, but so far, very little has changed. While he has visibly lost weight as a result of his surgery, he has stated that he is still over 300 pounds, much heavier than he should have been a year after his surgery. He continues to state that he wants to stop making gaming content online, but he can't convince himself to leave the reliable money, and so, he continues to read troll donations and ban accounts from his stream chat, only for the trolls to replace them with new accounts shortly afterward. Many speculate that Jordy may only stop streaming on Twitch when people stop donating money, but the amount he receives only seems to be increasing with time, as people pay to send him messages in order to harass him. Jordy Jordan now stands as an example of what happens when someone without the proper mental fortitude, flexibility, or attitude is suddenly given fame in a niche area, and when someone's poor social habits alienate them from any kind of support network, whether in the form of their contemporaries or their viewer base. He also shows what can happen to those who feel themselves incapable of making any sort of significant change in their lives, and the fates to which they may consign themselves.
Hello, Jordy.
Hello.
How are you? How did you do it?
I restarted Discord. I closed the tab and I reopened it.
Okay. My stream was all blaming me. They were calling me a boomer who didn't understand tech.
Wow. Just wow, man. Like he created his own rise and fall. That's all he did throughout this whole video. Like, I could click on any random part and it's just this dude he's being an asshole to himself. Worse than other people are. Like, I don't even know, man. I don't even know. Like, that's ridiculous, bro.